It's finally here. New voices, new faces. Welcome to the Pantheon.
Oh my gosh!
I've seen firsthand these things really are.
This actually looks like a job for John Cena.
That was shock. Oh my god! It's Ravage!
You must protect Earth and its people.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this doesn't look like a Bumblebee trailer. It looks like a real good Transformer.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh. And if you've been around for a minute, you already know that. If you haven't, my name is Enosh, and it's great to meet you. It's great to have you here in the lounge. This is my lounge of sorts. It's my place. It's my place that I go to hang out, to chill, to reminisce, to go down memory lane with some of my favorite toys and things from pop culture. And to talk about things with my friends like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, of course, toys, and so much more. And if those things get you excited, then you found the right place. So why don't you hit that subscribe button and join up and be a part of this growing group of nerds. All right. Hey, it's good to have you all here in the lounge with me tonight. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. Interesting day for stories. A lot of stuff dropped today, and so we got a lot of ground to cover. But as always, I just like to welcome you all and tell you how much we appreciate each and every one of you. I want to thank everyone who is part of the lounge, part of supporting the lounge. Thank you to everyone who supports the lounge, whether or not you're a patron, as represented here, or if you are a member of the channel. Thank you guys so much for your support. We do appreciate each and every one of you, and appreciate how you guys support the channel and what you mean to the channel. And of course, everyone who gives super chats during any of the broadcasts that we do. We're always very, very thankful for all of you guys who do that and support the channel. We also have various ways that if you just want to donate to the channel, you can do that, and grateful for that. And if you do, leave a message, and we'll make sure to read it over the air. Also, don't forget, we do have all kinds of cool designs and fun stuff for you in our store. You can find the link to that down in the description below. You can find all the links to the description down in the description. Can I say description? Description. It's in the description below. So please take advantage of that. Take a look at that and do with it what you will. All right. As always, if you take advantage of one of those things, we will. You are in the running for this. I got to give this thing away. I apologize. I have not been on this. I got to give this thing away. We'll give this thing away tomorrow night. I have not picked a winner yet. I have been so busy. I've not been able to pick a winner. So right now the giveaway is the Skelegod Crunch. Now I have the Power Crunch. Somebody's going to get it. It's actually a box of cereal. You can actually eat it. It's got like things you can, crosswords and stuff that you could fill out there. It's got like mazes on the side and everything. Look at that. So you could do the little maze right there. Do all the fun stuff. And so anybody who gives, and we got some great giveaways coming up next. I don't know where it is. Boy, tonight would have been a great night to announce the Optimus Prime giveaway. But I don't know where it's at. I got to get this fixed. I got to get this taken care of behind me. But I will get on that. But we do have an Optimus Prime statue that to give away, and so yeah, so we'll do that here in the next day or two. We'll get that as the next giveaway, and then we got just a bunch of stuff for you guys. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and start bringing people in, and we'll have some good discussion. We got a lot to talk about, like I said tonight, a lot of fun stuff, and we got a great panel so far. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, he's a regular, he's a mainstay. He's got his own show on the channel, folks. I mean, that's how much this dude means to the channel. We wouldn't have it any other way. We love this guy. He's absolutely fantastic. And I'm totally stalling so that I can go ahead and try to find one of the drops that I have for him. I've got many drops for this guy, but sometimes it's hard to find them because I've just got way too many drops. As Cylon Scotty would say, I have perused way too much of TikTok, and I have way too many TikTok videos. But hey, it's all right because it's Brian, master of none.
He wants to be perfect because the competition is being broadcast on national television. Brian charges down the runway, but then he slams into the pommel horse with tremendous force and collapses in agony.
And it was because of that injury that you are still here with us, that you've been kept humble.
That's right.
And
kept me out of the Olympics all those years ago.
It's Darth
Brian.
Brian.
Been somebody. Could have been
a contender. It could have been a contender. Good to see you, man. Good to have you here, brother.
Heck yeah, man.
Good to have you here. Also here tonight, we got Thade. What's up, Thade?
Yo.
Thade has been a great addition to the channel, so we're always glad to have Thade with us. So check this out. I got a cool new arm. Look at that.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I got this cool.
So I just
want to play with it. So I just want to play with it because like I had to set it up and I had to like take stuff off of it and
I've been trying
add
to
stuff to it to make it work the right way.
You might want to watch out playing with your arm on camera.
Playing with my extender on camera.
Oh, when I have to hold my arm up, dude, it's so embarrassing. I'm a little
scared though. I'm a little scared though. Yeah, I'm a little scared though because it's got like these steel bands on it or whatever, the springs or whatever. And I'm just scared to death that like one's gonna fly off and just like hit me in the eye or something. But
I can't mount mine to the table properly.
Like aimed right at me, and it's like,
hey, if it blows and takes out one of your eyes, all you got to do is grow your beard a lot longer, and we'll call you Odin.
There you go. All right.
Oh, by the way, interesting news that you haven't mentioned yet as a topic. They're finally going to drop the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder. Should be next Monday.
Sure it will. I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, the voice actor from India, the guy that dubs Hemsworth's voice for India for Disney India dropped on his Instagram today that the trailer's done and should be coming out next week.
All right, we'll see. Also here tonight. Well, like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. All right. Also here tonight, we are graced with the presence of greatness, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has been a confidant of mine. He's been a confidant of mine, not a confidant, a confidant of mine. No, I love this guy. This guy's yeah, no. I totally need this guy in my life. And so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome from the really cool studio setup that he's made for his lady Sophie, who will be on with Tiffany and all the other ladies who are taking over the lounge here momentarily to do their show. We can't even announce the name yet, but we're gonna get there. We're here in the next week. We're gonna have an announcement. So, but here is Cylon Scotty. What's up, Cylon?
Hey everyone.
What's look, we got another hooded humanoid.
What's that?
Another. Oh, everybody's wearing hoodies.
We both came from the same cult meeting, so
yeah, that's true. It's true.
Heck yeah.
I would wear my hoodie, but it's red and it wouldn't fit in with you guys black and black motif there. So
if I took my hood off, I'd be like Skeletor from the '87 Masters of the Universe.
Nice. It's very Tron. I made a mistake, Brian. I this last week at church, I put out this. I had used this app to remove my hair to make it look like I was bald, just to get people's attention, and I put that out there. And then I kind of may have passingly said, "Hey, if we get 100 people this week, I'll shave my head." we'll see what happens.
There
Could
you
be a
go.
very different week next week.
Yeah.
At least I waited until it got cold. Okay, I don't know
Keep
what the
those
heck's
wavy
going on.
curls, man.
I know, man. Right. Hey, well, it was funny because in one of the pictures when I had longer hair, and so like I didn't even notice it, but the app had taken all the hair off the top. But in one of the pictures, like I got like a little bit of like my curls are hanging back here, so I look like a really douchey guy. Like I got that. But, all right, and then a guy who was on last night apparently had some takes that a couple people thought were a little off kilter. And was wearing a pink shirt. So somebody I just left it like a comment for him. Was just like, hey, pink shirt guy, slow your roll. I don't know what he's wearing tonight, but hey, hopefully Bob Ross is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Justin Proper.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man? Good
Yeah,
to see you,
I saw that comment too. It was about Kurt Cobain. I have no issues with Kurt Cobain's music or Nirvana. I just
Slow your roll,
really hate it when people put him up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
For like it bothers me so much. Him in particular. Just
True.
yeah,
You just hate Kurt Cobain. Just admit it. Just
No.
get it out there. Just
How
get it
could
out
I-
there.
How
Own
could
it.
I really
Okay.
hate somebody that wasn't even born? That when I wasn't even born around the time where he was alive on this earth, like I did not
In the
have
womb.
a chance
In
to
the
get to know
womb.
him.
In the womb, you hated Kurt Cobain.
I wasn't even in the womb at the time, barely. But no, but no, I have no issues really with Nirvana. It's just that they're overhyped. That's it.
I agree.
That's spoken by somebody who wasn't born at the time that Nirvana was playing music in the 90s. That's why.
Yeah. Well, people,
it's
people
you're
my
judging it
age
by the merit of the music, and the music is secondary to a message and to a lifestyle.
Yeah, that was the problem with like during the time. That was the thing. It was more of the grunge way of life, no more so than the music, because like I don't know, it's like acid rock. You know, Jimi Hendrix. I think it's the same thing. Like where it's like, he was great and he was innovative in a lot of things, but technically speaking, it just wasn't there. But like, it was the time. That was what people were into at the time. Like, it was just it captured the zeitgeist of that moment, I guess. But no, I kind of agree though. I think it's the stars that burn out fast. There's like a mystique around them, and that's why people tend to put like people like Kurt Cobain or Janis Joplin or Jimi Hendrix on a pedestal where like maybe the product wasn't necessarily as good as their persona.
Say, no, I hear you. I hear you. Somebody that we never have to worry about that with, ladies and gentlemen, is our very own Anthony Beltre. What's going on, Mr. Anthony Beltre?
What's up?
I'll start calling you the garbage man.
Yes, garbage man, taking out the garbage. Ladies and gentlemen, we start right off. We start right off tonight with a $20 super chat from Todd Fair. What's up, Todd? Todd, man, Todd is. But you know what? I don't care. I'll take Todd's trolls all day long. I love it. Todd with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Todd. Says, Enosh, do you believe Man of Steel was a better movie than Captain Marvel?
Yes.
100%, undoubtedly. Man of Steel is one of my favorite movies. Todd, come on, bro. You know that. Man of Steel is one of my favorite films.
I can't judge that. I haven't seen Man of Steel. I'm sorry, Man of Steel. I have not.
Yeah, Man of Steel. I haven't seen Man of Steel.
Who's this guy here?
Better.
His name's Todd.
Why is this guy on the panel if he hasn't seen Man of Steel?
No, Man of Steel is actually one of the better ones. I like Man of Steel.
Yeah, it's better than Superman too.
It is
better. It's better than Batman versus Superman.
Oh my god!
It is. You know what? I'll give you that.
I really didn't like Batman versus Superman. I'm sorry, guys. Like we could try to defend it all day.
Oh, no, I agree.
No,
I don't need to defend it. It's a masterpiece.
That's what. That's Enosh. That's what I want. I want you guys to look people in the face when next time somebody like trashes BVS. You look them right in the face, or you kick them off the panel, and you be like, "Listen here, pal. I'm not taking any lip for you or anybody." Oh,
no, stand your ground.
That's right.
Listen here, pal.
Love your shit.
I'm not taking lift from you or anybody. And he's gone. No.
Right. This is like
okay. So
my inner Garth.
Inner Garth. Your inner girth.
Well, we went straight into that office. So they went and they said, "Listen, man, I'm not going to jail for you or anybody."
Heck no.
Oh, come on. Wayne's
Heck
World?
no.
No? All right.
By the way, Enosh, if you go back to the widescreen, the little Bob Ross does have something now. He has a little pet parrot. Just for now, you know.
Is that a parrot?
Yeah, it's a little, or a toucan. Whatever, it's a bird. Whatever.
So now the toucan's part of it.
Yeah.
I like the I think Bob Ross would actually like a toucan over Baby Yoda, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Bob Ross would appreciate the toucan.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah,
you
I
did
think you're
watch
right.
the show yesterday. All right.
Yeah. Oh, he's always watching, dude. He's always watching.
Always watching.
He's always watching.
All right.
Hey.
Another hoodie.
Dare to be different, huh?
Welcome to the Brotherhood.
Right.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it's time for? It's the start of the show and a little new segment that we like to call Betty White isms. So we're going to read a Betty White isms.
Name, please.
Betty White. What's this for?
Wolverine.
Just curious. Why me? Is it because of this?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That is good. That's a good CGI. Wow.
See, you need like some classy music, like some
that was a
great
that was a great Conan O'Brien sketch.
Here we go. You ready for today's Betty White-ism? Under life lessons, it says, keep the other person's well-being in mind when you feel an attack of soul-purging truth coming on.
Aw.
Keep the other person's well-being in mind when you feel an attack of soul-purging truth coming on.
That's the second sentence. That's incredible.
There you go. Betty White. Betty White.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I love Betty White, man.
I love how you're reading passages like you're reading a passage of the Bible.
Yes, well, I mean, it's Betty White, so I mean, same difference, right?
we need a song between readings like a church.
Oh, Betty White, Betty White, Betty White, Betty White, Betty White, Betty White. Betty White. What's up, chat? Good to see you guys in the chat. Oh my goodness, hold on a second. I'm missing stuff, man. Holy crap.
we are.
Holy crap. Todd Fair with the $20 super chat just to tell me Enosh masterpiece. LOL. LMAO.
It is.
But I mean, it is, bro. It is, man. I've seen it on the big screen. I've seen the Ultimate Edition on the big screen.
BVS.
I know he's talking about BVS, but seriously, BVS, dude. Seriously, BVS on the big screen was life changing almost.
I have to watch the Ultimate Edition because I really
Edition,
did not
bro.
like the theatrical. It was
theatrical, dude, is understandable. Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen the Ultimate Edition, Brian?
Yes, I did. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, you just got to watch that, man. You seriously got to.
No, it just chaps my ass that I have to watch a special edition of it to make it make sense. That's what pisses me off.
Well, but you know what? In defense, like that was not supposed to be the special edition of it. That's a.
I was supposed to be the movie. I know, man.
Supposed to be the movie, you know.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay, you know.
It's typical Warner Brothers.
Rob's rules. What's up, Rob? I met Rob over on Justin's channel last week because I was over on Justin's channel talking about all this Ezra Miller stuff.
He's my mom's favorite.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Congratulations, Mr. Rob. I wonder if he's Caden's mom's favorite too. I mean, around here, I don't know. Who do you think? Who do you think Caden's mom's favorite is around here? I don't know. But Rob with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says Enosh, Justin improper here. No, why?
I don't know. I just had a link.
Improper?
I don't know. Somebody gave him the link. Nothing I could do about it. He was in there.
He joined our cult. It's okay. Yeah.
I was not aware this was a cult, but okay. The lounge is now a cult.
Well, yeah. Well,
from time to time, it kind of doubles as a cult on the weekends, kind of thing. You know, we share time.
Well, yeah. I mean,
that's not a cult. These are just friends who do everything I say, offer me their bodies for sex, and occasionally kill people in my name. Does that sound like a call to you?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Sorry, got a stream bomber here.
Oh, hey, there we go. There we go. Everybody's rocking out to Separate Ways today, which I think is super cool. After the
Journey
Stranger
song?
Yeah, man, after the Stranger Things
after the Stranger Things season 4 trailer.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna
didn't
watch
see
the
it.
trailer. We're gonna watch the trailer.
Oh,
here
we're
in just
gonna
a second.
watch it?
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah.
No, I have not. I was at work all day, so I missed the drop.
You saw Carnage cameo
So
in the
we'll watch
trailer?
it.
I just like watching the music video for Separate Ways. Okay.
Oh, it's
dude.
so horrible.
Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. Pointing at the camera at you.
Playing the
Now
keyboard
we're
like a cool guy on the side of the
our
wall.
Separate
Neil
ways.
Kane, yeah. Oh, dude, it was amazing.
It was so bad.
Neil Sean.
Scotty is totally into it.
He's like, oh,
Scotty
wow.
is feeling
What did I
it
do?
right there. Look at
I'm
Scotty.
So sorry
He's just,
I came on stream tonight.
The energy. Look at the energy just
sighing.
seething
He's
up
like,
through
oh,
him.
man.
Seething up through him. Look at there.
Woodland Critter Christmas.
Woodland Critter Christmas. I love it.
Yeah, that would go along with what's sitting on my chest at the moment. This friggin' dog.
There you
Swear to
go.
God.
Todd Fair, Todd with a $5 super chat. Wow, Todd, thanks, buddy. Says, what is the Ultimate Edition? That is the edition that came out on Blu-ray. That they literally announced the day that the movie came out. They were like, "Hey, here's the theatrical version, but there's a half-hour extra of the film that we didn't put into." Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Did it make it better or worse?
Better.
Better.
That's a shame.
Oh, dude, so much better, man. So much better.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, heck yeah. Zentech. What's up, Zentech? Hey, I haven't seen Zentech in a long time. Bro.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You play the keyboards on the warehouse wall. Like, oh, dude. I still love you, girl.
Drummers air drumming. You know.
Oh, get out of here, man. That's the best.
Dude, it's the best music video. It's like the epitome of like the worst and best 80s music video.
Yep.
All summed up into one, you know.
It's like the Port of Oakland.
Man, if that came out today, with just back then with just better cinematography and just a better idea, because it's such an epic song. Man, what a missed opportunity. Because it is one of the most epic Journey songs for sure.
Foolish heart. Simon Section with $1. I love the fact, Brian, that the last two nights we have started off like with some classic rock discussion.
Yeah.
Like that's great. That's great.
It's fun. I enjoy talking about music, man.
Heck yeah. Simon with $1.99.
We did go crazy for like an hour.
Right? Yeah, we won't get crazy tonight, but $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Simon. Says, "Foolish heart, you've been wrong before." Heck yeah. I got to get that right, man. You know, when the lights go down in the city.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
South Detroit. By the way, there is no such thing as South Detroit.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Like,
sorry, Red Wings. We're taking.
I know they play that game. They play that song at like Red Wings games, and like everybody knows there's no such thing as South Detroit, but everybody still sings it out loud. And,
God, this just makes me think even less of the Red Wings. Okay, go Sharks.
Whatever, man. Red Wings are awesome.
The
Red
Sharks
Wings are awesome.
suck, dude. It's okay.
I'm not even that big of a hockey fan, but man,
hockey was the first professional sporting event I ever attended.
That's awesome, bro.
Hockey. Yeah.
Was there a brawl?
No, but the puck did go through the goalie's mask and break his nose.
So what am I looking at here, Scotty? What is this ground loop noise isolator?
Oh, that was just Justin asked about some things, and I was giving him some links.
Ow.
So if you use a USB mic,
by the way,
and you plug in, so like on a Yeti or a Yeti X specifically, you got a 3.5 millimeter jack out, and you got a USB jack out. You can use the mic in USB only mode, or you can use USB to power the mic and then output your audio through a 3.5 millimeter.
Yeah, that shit's old. He doesn't understand.
If you do that, then on Yetis specifically, since the way the power source works on them, you'll get this high-pitched screeching when you plug it in on a 3.5 millimeter jack. And that device right there isolates, it grounds the signal so it doesn't get any of that screeching, eliminates noise, and then you sound like this.
Nice. Nice. I'm about ready. I got my mixer here. I'm about ready to plug my mics and everything, put everything into the mixer, then also so that I can bring my own music into stuff, so that I can like run things through, so I don't have to deal with StreamYard and all that other stuff. So
and I'm not an expert in this stuff, but when Sophie decided she was gonna go do streaming, and, I went in full project mode and full research mode to get everything done proper for her.
There you go.
Hey,
there you go.
My kind of style.
Heck yeah. All right. So let's jump into some fun stuff first. We got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of Ezra Miller stuff. And
yay.
Oh boy.
Well,
Are you
but
gonna play the video
hold on
condensing?
Hold on though, because if you've been following this, and obviously we've been discussing this, right? We've been talking about this. What have I been saying for the last 2 weeks, Brian?
Wait till everything shakes itself out.
Right?
Like most people should do for everything, really.
Right. Like I don't understand. Like I don't
It's
understand
good practice.
Look, I literally had a friend.
Some views.
I literally had a friend. This last Saturday we got into a little bit of a back and forth, and he doesn't follow this stuff, right? He doesn't follow this stuff like we do. And what have I been saying? Like Justin, I talked about this on your channel, right? When we talked about this, about how like it's like a vicious game of telephone, right? Where it's just like it just keeps escalating, right? And even we shared all the stuff on your channel, bro. And our good friend, what's his name?
Kai?
No,
was it someone on the panel?
TMNT.
Oh,
Phil. Even Phil like kind of made a random, comment towards the end. Well, he punched 3 people in the face. Like, no, he didn't. Like, you know what I mean? It's like this escalation thing, and stuff. And like, so I'm talking to my friend the other night, and my friend, mind you, we have watched every piece of video that we, that's out there. We've discussed this because we wanted to report things, Brian, that were fair and just. And look, at the end of the day, he could be guilty of all of it. I don't know. I wasn't there. Okay. But I will tell you this. I will not be accused of not being fair and honest and reporting the news as it comes. And my friend was like, well, I saw an AP video, and Fox News where they had the security video from one of the bars. And I'm like, no, you didn't, bro. He's like, yeah, I did. It was on there. I'm like, no, you didn't. They may have been talking that there was but you didn't see that video. He's like, yeah, I did. I remember I saw it. I was like, okay, show it to me. And he's like, well, so like I went and got my laptop and I pulled up all the videos and everything, and I pull up the restraining order and all this stuff. Thanks, by the way, Cylon, for that. That like has come in so handy over the last 2 weeks since you pulled that up for me. But like I went through this whole thing and I'm like, well, show me.
I don't even know how you got that.
Yeah, show me the AP video then. Show it to me.
We should do a video sometime on how to access your right as an American to access any publicly available documents quickly.
Yeah, because all I get are these like random advertised like spam ones that are like scams.
You don't have to do that. No, and you can do it instantly. Yeah, we'll talk about it sometime.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Peter Rabbit's Defender here with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Peter Rabbit's Defender. Says, how many times that Ezra Miller keep getting away from his controversial crimes, and how long WB keep protecting him? He's so terrible as F in
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Okay, well, dude, see, this is what I'm talking about, though, man. This is what I'm talking about. Dude, I'm really sorry that you feel that way. I'm really sorry that you feel that way. I do not feel that way. I do not feel that way at all. And here's the thing.
Wait, that movie came out already?
First of all, Peter Rabbit's Defender, you shouldn't hate the man. You don't know
it's
the
coming
man.
out Friday.
You don't know the man. You don't know what we're gonna get into. We've got this entire Reddit thread that was deleted now from the people who like he was staying with that were talking about him online, and now they've retracted everything that they said about him. So my point is that, dude, just because people say it on the internet does not mean it's true, does not mean it's accurate, and you should wait because the man had his time. Now we're going to get into that in a few minutes, but we're going to talk about a couple fun things first that we can go through quick.
If TikTok is any indicator, the only crime I saw today was that man dances like no one was looking. and bless him
Right.
for it.
This is true. This is true. Another
I
man
saw
though,
that
who, like
clip too,
I don't
man.
know how he dances. I don't know how he dances, but he is darn attractive.
You didn't
And
show
that
the
is
video?
Zentek right here.
I was gonna say
what's up,
something,
Zen?
but-
Did you see the video?
How's your dancing? How's your dancing, Zentek?
I'm not much of a dancer, but I do like to play a keyboard on the wall every now and then.
Heck yeah.
And you're a
Heck
guitar
yeah.
player too. All right, we can get along.
Yeah, a little bit, not as much anymore. I play more keyboards nowadays, but yeah, you guys were talking about Maiden the other day. I heard you guys were talking about a bit of like old school rock and metal, and I'm like, damn it, I wish I was on that. Usually I catch you guys on the replay. I'm actually working right now, and I might have to go like any second, but I thought I'd just come on for as long as possible and
All right.
chat about Ezra Miller.
Well,
with you
welcome,
guys.
dude.
Yeah. Hey. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and get this. I mean, this isn't one of the happy things that I was talking about, but today, unfortunately, we got the news that Gilbert Gottfried passed away.
Wait, are you kidding me?
No, dude.
No.
This was
What?
It's real.
This happened. He says this was
Absolutely
the
sad.
post. As we are heartbroken to announce the passing of our
Oh.
beloved Gilbert Gottfried after a
No,
long illness. In addition to being the most iconic voice in comedy, Gilbert was a wonderful husband, brother, friend, and father to his 2 young children. Although today is a sad day for all of us, please keep laughing as loud as possible in Gilbert's honor. Love, the Gottfried family.
Oh fuck! No, you were
I
telling
loved
the truth.
In what was that movie? Gosh darn it. The Problem Child series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Iago from Aladdin.
Yes, yeah.
Somebody put in our backstage chat on Twitter, somebody put him and Robin Williams' Genie together and said now they're together forever. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna cry.
And isn't Tim Curry with them too?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, Tim Curry?
No.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Dude, don't do that to me.
Right?
Dude, seriously, this could be a bad day, man.
He was in Beverly Hill Cop too, and Problem Child. He was Aladdin.
Gilbert just had
amazing career.
that amazing voice, you know. I mean, like, you know, this that, you know, it was a thing. And I thought it was interesting, given the fact that I was just talking about the other day how sometime this summer we're hoping to have Rhonda Shearer on, who was one of the hosts of USA Up All Night when I was growing up, and she hosted on Friday night and Gilbert hosted on Saturday night, and they showed B movies and stuff, you know, the trauma films and, you know, all these, like, you know, sleepaway camp murders, you know, stuff, you know, just all these campy, you know, things. And I used to love that stuff. And so
I used to watch that show, Bobby's World.
That's right. Yeah,
he was in Bobby's World.
See where I knew him from.
Bob Saget, and Louis Anderson, Rob Williams. This is sad, man. Like,
Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so it's definitely a sad thing to see him pass on. You know, he had a lot of connections to DC, where he actually played Mr. Mxyzptlk in
the
Superman the animated series.
Masterpiece.
Yep. And to me, I mean, like, I had seen many different versions of that character.
So he's the only one that could get it right.
Yeah, but he got it. Yeah, he definitely had that. So I apologize. I have had this sinus thing going on, guys, for like over a week, and
it's allergy season, bro.
Oh, he was in the Weird Al show, man.
That doesn't surprise me. Me. Plus, he was great at roasts. You know,
that's true.
Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Do you see? I just had pop up a video of him pop up where he was at the roast of Roseanne, and he's like, so this farmer comes home one night and he's married to this chick named Roseanne, and he comes in and he's holding a goat under his arm, and he's like, honey, this is the pig I've been effing. And Roseanne looks at him and says, what are you talking about? You're an idiot. That's a goat. And he's like, I was talking to the goat.
Gilbert, man.
Oh man, he just he was hilarious. He was hilarious.
Dude, we should do a roast show sometime.
Dude, I'd love to do a roast show. Although we'd probably get like really
As
in
long as
trouble
some-
like with
it
certain
was-
people.
Yeah,
because you can't laugh. It's genuinely serious.
Well, it's
So-
sensitivity too. I mean, we don't
Well,
need
like,
somebody
no,
like
we just, like,
metaphorically
no,
getting up
somebody-
and slapping somebody.
We
No,
pick
no,
somebody
no,
on
no,
one of
no,
our
no,
panels
no.
to roast, man, and we just take turns.
I think that would be awesome. Dude, I will go first. You can all roast me. We could have the roast of Enosh. I love Tiffany for my 40th birthday party. She hosted a roast, dude, and I loved it.
Be careful what you wish for.
No, dude, I loved it. I loved it. Listen, when I was
Mm-hmm.
30, my ex-wife tried to do. She threw me a surprise birthday party, and it was supposed to be a roast, but like only 2 of my friends knew what a roast was. And so everybody else came up like telling like nice little anecdotes about me and like how I was such a nice guy and the time that I helped them with this and the time I helped them with that, right? And so then my friend Brian gets up and just rips me a new one, man. And like it was silent in the entire.
Brian, you did that?
No, not this Brian. No,
not this Brian. No,
not this Brian. But like this other friend of mine, man, just ripped me a new one the entire time. And so then when my friend Matt got up, he just dug into me, and somebody literally who was there goes, "Hey, why are you guys being so mean to Enosh?" And we're like, it's a roast.
That was the point.
That
was a
toast.
Were they older?
Nah, I mean, I guess
Like
yeah, a couple of them
out
were.
of the age range of the Comedy Central roast.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. But the thing is though, when I turned 40, Tiffany got me really good, man. She threw me a surprise birthday party. Totally got me. Surprised me out of the blue, and I thought that my band was playing a concert, and we show up at this hall, and sure enough, it's all my friends and everything, and I just thought it was a surprise birthday party then, and we just had a blast, doing the birthday party thing, and then at the end they're all cleaning up, and she's like, "So did you have fun?" And I said, "Yeah," and she goes, "Is there anything that could have made it better?" And I said, "Well," I think the only thing that could have made it better, she knew the story, right? That I never really got a true roast. And so I said, the only thing that could have made it better would have been the roast. She goes, "Well, sit down." And they had it all planned out and like seriously put me up on stage and my friends roasted me.
They had you in a
They
throne.
let you have it, didn't they?
Yeah, they put a tiara on me and it was classic, man. It was classic.
Would you say it was a spit roast, Enosh?
A spit roast? No, I don't do the spit roast thing, dude. One side at a time there, Zentech.
Wait, what's a spit
one
roast?
side at a time.
Wait, what's the difference between a regular roast and a spit roast?
A spit roast is a term when you have something in both sides and it's spinning around.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
you're roasting
like
on
a
a
Chinese
spit.
finger trap. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're basically getting it from both sides.
Except for you've been polled.
Yeah, kind of like Bob Ross there.
Well, not right now. The Bob Rosses are just fine. They're just enjoying. What the heck was that?
Why do you even
Thunder
have that
beat?
ready to go?
What's
was
that,
it when you saw
Cylon?
that And you're like, I'm putting that in my library to save.
I don't know, dude. Like I saw that and I was like, what the heck is this? It was like, you know what it was? It was a 3D animation guy, right? Who had like all these different 3D animations. And and I was just like, what the heck is this? And so like I watched the whole thing and I was like, it reminded me of that episode of Family Guy where Quagmire is pulling the beads and they're just from off camera and he's like, "Hey, we know what's going on here because we're adults. We know what's happening. The kids don't know, but we know." And so I don't know. Plus, I'll tell you what, I was gonna get rid of it, but it makes William feel really uncomfortable. So. Yeah.
Can you send me a link to
Weird.
that? I like that.
I also got this one. This one also makes William feel really
What?
That gets me every single time.
How hot is
just
the
calm
ball?
it down. Just calm it down. Bring it down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just calm it down.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fun. But yeah,
Teabagged.
so our yes, who else but Quagmire?
So, question: when you do your sermons on Sunday, do you use the same laptop and your StreamYard setup and all that?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I mean, look, man, you got to be really careful about that because karma's going to come around and you're going to be talking about the Lord, and then all of a sudden, a testicle tea bag is going to drop into a coffee behind you.
All of a sudden, this one's gonna pop up.
Oh, come on. Why'd you turn it off?
He wanted the good part.
Oh, that reminds me of the joke about Grimace I heard the other day.
Grimace?
It's shaped like a butt plug. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes.
Just a giant purple butt plug. Huh?
Yeah. Well, but yeah, no, we don't use drops on the on that stream. No, you know what? It's just funny stuff. It is what it is.
We don't use drops. We use the whole damn bucket.
That's right. I don't know what that means. But yeah, sure. Why not? But yes. So our condolences to Gilbert Gottfried's family, and
I can't believe you weren't
definitely gonna be missed.
I can't believe you weren't bullshitting about that.
Oh, dude, when I saw it pop up in our thread, I was like, I actually asked the question, is this real? Because he's not that old,
67.
Yeah. Hey, Zentech, sorry you got to go, bro. But yeah, he announced it. So, hey.
Later, Zentech.
I love that guy, man. That guy's a great guy. Another brother from down under. Yes, the chair was genuinely serious. I had somebody get mad. I don't show that chair very often anymore because somebody got mad about the same person who thinks everything's genuinely serious. We can't laugh. I got told I was bullying Matt Jarbo because somebody one night in the stream when I first brought up that thing said that was Matt Jarbo's new computer chair. It's a joke. Jokes are fine. They're okay.
Are you guys cool now or what?
You know what? We talked and I mean, we don't have a beef, there was a misunderstanding between the two of us.
What kind of beef?
You want a beef? You want a beef? Huh? Beltray, you want a beef?
Hot
no,
dogs. Oh no, we're gonna have another clip.
I've got plenty of clips. You want to come to the barbecue?
Hello, ladies. Welcome to the barbecue.
Franks and beans.
Right. No, look.
Love that.
No, me and Jarbo are both very strong personalities. And look, the thing is we had a disagreement. He had some things that he disagreed with me about, and I had some things that I disagreed with him about. And the problem is when you don't talk to somebody, that animosity I think can rear up. Plus, I'll just be honest with you. We figured out that somebody was trying to get between us. Actually,
stir the pot, as it were.
And exactly. And so, and
they still are, by the way.
Yes, they are. They still are.
I'm surprised they haven't given up.
Yes, they have. They still, and they're actually upset at the fact that Matt and I have talked. Look, Matt and I are still talking. There was some. Anybody who followed that knew that there were some things said online and things like that. But all that stuff has been taken down, and we're just ready to move forward with it. And I've always enjoyed my conversations with Matt when we've talked about movies and things like that. And we share an audience, that a lot of people who watch Matt watch me, and vice versa. And so, I was always hoping that we would get that things, because honestly, it was just silliness, and so, look, I look forward to moving forward. And as we grow that trust back and everything, I hope to restore that and have him back here at some point and me be back there at some point. So, yeah. So
$3.
$3. I got $3 right here. Got $3. I always got $3 on the channel. So there you go. I don't even know. I just have Scotty. This is the same. Like I got another one here. It's funny when Scotty was here 2 years ago. Scotty, it's been 2 years.
That's
Almost.
insane.
Isn't that insane?
It feels like 6 months ago. That's
I
what it
know,
feels.
man. It just seems like just that you were here last.
2020.
But it was funny that night we were. Yeah, it was 2020. It was it was 2020, right?
It
Yeah,
was in October.
October of 2020.
Enosh was like, "Hey, I'm gonna rent a theater and watch Empire Strikes Back," and I was like, "I think I'm coming. I think I'm gonna fly out to you and see that."
Yeah,
it was a great weekend.
And so it really was a blast. And so it was funny because people were here live in the room with us when we broadcast, Zeverfett was here, and Anthony ACS was here, and of course Dawson and Sophie and Scotty. And so we just had a blast. And the thing was that they were throwing dollars at us for super chats live. And so it's still here because it's been sitting on my desk ever since, and I think it's funny. So I think I want to keep those though because it was such a memorable.
Oh, it's $1. What are you gonna do with $1?
Hey, you know what? I'll buy that for $1. It was so much fun. It was so much fun, and so I look forward to having Scotty and Sophie back here again. So there you go. So all right, so there's that. Also, real quick, something that's good. Something that's good that that I thought was really cool that happened is we got our first look at Optimus Prime in the new Transformers.
Oh, much
and
better. Much better.
Look at this, guys.
I'm just nutted for that one.
Look at this. This is the Transformers. I think it's Rise of the Beasts or
Rise of
something.
the Beasts, yeah, coming out next year.
Holy cow! Why couldn't we have got this from the beginning? I don't hate the
first one.
I don't necessarily hate the updated version, that was given to us in the movies, because it was at least reminiscent of this. But to have this again and to have that Gen 1 looking Optimus Prime, I mean, what do you guys think? I thought this was awesome.
I thought it was amazing. I'm sorry, Michael Bay, you're trash. Cancel yourself. Your Transformer movies are hot garbage, except for the first one. The first one is amazing. But this looks amazing. I can't wait to see the film next year. I hope it's good. And the design looks amazing. It looks like the original. I want that. I didn't like the one that Michael Bay did. It was terrible in my opinion. So yeah. We saw that at Bumblebee a little bit, but it's whatever.
That's the clip that I played. That's the clip that I played at the beginning of the show. Was when I first saw.
I remember that. I was
the trailer for Bumblebee, man, and we had Soundwave and Ravage and Optimus and all that, man. That
the first 10 minutes of Bumblebee. Yeah,
I wasn't. They lost me after the first one.
Yeah, I thought the first two were fine. I watched 5 minutes of the third one, the Dark Side of the Moon or whatever.
Dark of the Moon, yeah, no.
Yeah, and then it was just Shia LaBeouf saying, "I met Obama." I'm like, shut up, okay? I get it. Stop it. I get it. You met Obama. All right, I'm done. I just clicked off. I'm like, I'm not interested. No Megan Fox. Either no
you poor thing.
No, they're also bad movies. So
yeah.
Well, and look, what was it? The Knights one,
the last night.
I think for me,
I had
trying
to watch that for a class.
Oh my gosh, trying to tie Transformers into all this history was just
ancient alien
weird
stuff. I was just like, no, come on, stop it.
Right? I mean, it was just weird. The Knights of the Knights of the Round Table, and feudal Japan, and
at least Eternals did it right.
right.
I mean, come on. That's how I look at it.
For the first 5 minutes of the last Transformer movie, I walk out of the theater. I was like, "Yeah, man, this shit is trash." I wouldn't
even spend money in the first place, man. They wouldn't have got my money. Like, no, sorry.
Like Michael Bay didn't care. Even
I
Steven
think it's on
Spielberg told him
streaming.
that.
I don't even care. I'm like,
It's on Paramount Plus.
yeah, I have it. I don't care. I'm like,
It just felt like it was what could have been so awesome. Like when they just started, dude, I was excited to see Dinobots. Don't get me wrong, but then like when they had the two Transformers that were very racially, there's like a racial stereotype, like they tried to make them Jamaican or whatever, and then they had, what's his name, Devastator, which looked nothing like they didn't look. Some of these Transformers didn't look anything like their
You should
counterparts.
pull out a picture right now of it. It's hilarious.
Of Devastator and his testicles, like come on, like
it's Michael Bay. What do you expect out of him? Like he doesn't know shit.
well, I mean, he's made some movies that are pretty decent. I wouldn't go that far.
I'd like
I'll say
the
this.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Oh, that's trash.
I disagree, but okay.
I mean, look, I'm glad that they, I am happy to have had Transformers movies, but yeah, here, like, you got the.
What is that?
How do you guys like who grew up with that? How do you deal with this nonsense? Like
It was rough, man. It was really rough. I mean, Starscream had even the toy here. Look, the toy had testicles.
What?
Oh my god,
Man, it takes balls to make that decision.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's Michael Bay.
What, Scotty?
It takes something. I don't know.
I'm just saying, man. It was just, and I'll be honest with you, Starscream. Starscream had a classic look, right? Like I've got this, this Starscream right here, right? And I really like these new 6-inch figures, even though they don't transform, but like they're in the classic form, right? And so like they look really great. He just had a classic form. They made him look so weird and bug-like, and
in the first movie, yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they kind of took away all of the I don't know, just all of the memories of what some of these things were, and
then you saw Bumblebee in the first 10 minutes. I was like, wow, this looks amazing, man. I wish the rest of the movie was like that.
And look, you know what? The first movie, Bumblebee, not having his voice, okay. Like fourth movie and he still doesn't have his voice. Come on.
Yeah, typical Michael Bay. You know how it's Michael Bay.
So we can't
Apparently,
hear
there's gonna
Bumblebee
be
actually talk.
Do you think that they continue to do that because audiences may have liked it who were not familiar with the Transformers before?
Oh man! So the only two that are on Paramount Plus are Age of Extinction and The Last Night.
Oh,
Oh
no!
Disappointment.
Ryan is on HBO Max. Actually, the first two.
Oh, okay. Let me. I have to re-up my subscription.
Okay.
It expired.
I think the one of the best designs obviously was Optimus Prime. I actually liked the design for Galvatron when they brought Galvatron into it, but like Galvatron really didn't make any sense because they brought him into it and then it was done. Like it was done. Like they never even mentioned him again. Like the next movie he was Megatron again. So what was the point?
I was a huge mark for Beast Wars, the cartoon.
Somebody
were
said
you?
So
are you looking forward to this
love
new
Beast
movie,
Wars.
Brian? Then
No, not really. I haven't been interested in Transformers in a while.
But I mean, it's not Michael
trust
Bay,
me,
though.
Well, the idea of Transformers movies got me really excited. But like once I saw them, I was like, wow, it's headache-inducing CG. Because everything is like flying at the camera.
There was a million things going on. That was my biggest problem with it. There was a million things going on.
There's just so much going on in those movies. Like, dude, Transformer toys were simple. Like 8 moving parts, dude. Transform truck thing.
Right,
dude.
Kids could play with them. Listen, Landon, when he was
like a changeling in Star Trek, dude. It was just like, what the
when
freak,
Landon
man?
was young, he got a Bumblebee when he was 5. He got a Bumblebee, action figure, that transformed. And I remember that thing was so intricate and it took forever to transform. And he would play with it as a car, and he'd play with it for a couple of minutes. And of course, then he'd want to transform it. And so he'd be, Dad, can you transform it for me? And I would sit there, man. And it was hard for me at first to figure out how to just transform the thing. What I ended up doing was I ended up getting him a car that looked just like it so that he could drive that around as Bumblebee and then just act like it transformed. Yeah. I kind of did.
Right, let's just check HBO Max has the first Transformer movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
But this design, though, because this is the first look at the new movie of what Optimus will look like, and if this is any indication of where they're going with it, I like this.
Is that like a wallet that we're looking at?
Yeah. It's like a wallet. Yeah. So, if this is what they're doing, and they're trying to, redo it, and make it right, I'm in. Peter Cullen is still the voice of Optimus. I would love to see what they're gonna. I would love to see what Megatron's gonna look like, because if they make Megatron look real. Did you guys watch was it Battle of Cybertron or whatever on Netflix?
The first 5 minutes.
The trilogy of series. It was 3 different series, but it rebooted everything, and it was modern animation. It was CG animation, but they looked like Gen 1 Transformers, and it retold the story from beginning to end. It included Beast Wars. It included everything. It was fantastic. Amazing show. And they all looked great like this. So H Bart's here with a $2 super chat. Says Veer Mahan came on Dominic Mysterio.
H Parts is really kinky tonight. What's up, H Parts?
What's up, H Parts? What's going on? You're getting Scotty's attention for sure.
I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Ooh, please don't. Hulk. Ooh.
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah, I would too.
Oh, hey now.
I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. Just you and I getting it on like 2 men should do.
Man, who said wrestling wasn't?
Right.
I'm not sure who's gonna buy the wallet.
I need a new wallet. I got a Superman wallet. I need a new wallet. But no, I just
went to Transformers, get a new Superman wallet.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'll end up doing. But no, I love this. I think that this looks great, and look, I'm just happy that
better than base.
Yeah. All right. So moving right along, we're moving right through everything, and I like that. We're getting right through all the stuff. So got it right here. Hold on a second, and then we'll look at we'll do this, and then we'll look at Stranger Things. Watch that real quick, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on Stranger Things, because even Scotty today messaged me. He's like, dude, like you guys were talking about it. Captain America. They're not about to start filming Captain America 4. Are you guys looking forward to this Captain America 4?
Oh, for sure. I mean, after the Falcon went to Soldier, he earned his mentor as Captain America. And Anthony Mackie deserved it after Chris Evans' outing.
I would agree if they actually would have struck while the iron was hot. If they would have really started filming last year when it was over, and we're talking we're gonna see this movie soon. Yeah, sure. But
but he's
my
a busy
enthusiasm.
actor, though.
Well, that's true. But I'm just saying, my enthusiasm for seeing Anthony Mackie as Captain America has kind of waned over the last year. I mean, when it came out last year, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Damn,
wow.
That's really a long time ago if you think about it.
They haven't wrote the script yet.
And they haven't even started filming or nothing. That's terrible. That's ugh.
Yeah, that means it's gonna come out in another year and a half or 2 years.
Yeah, who's gonna care at that point? That's all I'm saying.
It's like, oh, it's
it would
building
make
off of
money.
that TV show that you saw.
Oh, it
maybe?
will, but I'm just saying, like, come on, you gotta when you make this kind of stuff and you announce that at the end of it, you better have that movie coming out within a year. You know, like.
Well, the actor's busy. You can't blame him.
Well, I understand that, but you get your ducks in a row, man. Like, come on, man.
Brian has
You
spoken.
don't understand. Okay, it's like promoting wrestling or something like that. You have to build it up. Like, you can't just like tease that at the end of the at the end of that series.
Paramount
Like,
did it with
yeah,
Star Trek.
he will be back. I don't care. I'm just talking about what you have to do with Marvel to
Well,
maximize
Paramount
your
did it
profits.
too. So there you go.
Okay, and that is why.
Yeah,
it'll fail.
I mean that happened with Spider-Man at the end of the Civil War. They said Spider-Man will return. Or
He
something.
did, but
yeah,
he did though.
and he
Within a
returned
year.
the next summer.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We're
Yeah.
gonna wait 3 years for Captain America 4. I don't think so, dude. That's a joke.
It's not a joke.
Yeah,
It's not a
and
joke.
and there's no Chris Evans, no Steve Rogers, which is obvious. But you know,
But I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
if
he's
they
Joe
want to
Biden. What are you
done
talking
it.
about?
I don't
He's Joe
know.
Biden.
I just.
Why do you have to be such a contrarian, Anthony?
Because it's true. Because I mean,
In his
they
mind.
had
here
to
we
get
go.
the script right. So of course. So,
Well, I
so they
understand
still
that,
don't
but
have
I'm
the
just saying
script right?
That's
No.
they're bad. They should have had the
I'll say
script
this.
right
I'll say
when they
this.
finished Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
He might appear in Black Panther 2, and then maybe Secret Vengeance. Who knows?
I think the problem with this is that okay, for people who read the comics, like I knew that Falcon becomes Captain America, you know. There's a lot of people who had heard about it or knew about it, but like they weren't sure about it. They hadn't actually seen it. And I think that this was a good this is an excellent opportunity you know, to bring this version of Captain America to light and out. If you now relegate though Captain America from being from being a main player that's like, you know, got his own movies, got his own things, and then all of a sudden you pass it off to this character, you pass it off to Falcon, and you're like, okay, this is your Captain America, but we're gonna relegate him now to we're gonna put him in other people's films and make him a secondary character or whatever. I think
No,
maybe
they
you're
just did it
taking
with
away
James Bond. The last James Bond, James Bond will
James
return.
Bond is completely different, though, dude.
No, it's
James
not.
Bond,
It's not.
no,
It's not.
James Bond is a character that people are used to seeing every 4 to 5 years. Okay, dude, Falcon. They should have seriously been already done with this movie. Like it should be out.
No,
this
it
coming
should have
summer.
been. You have to finish Phase 4, then you're gonna get Captain America 5. You can't just.
Then why
jump
release
ahead.
Falcon and Winter Soldier when they did?
You know, on
Maybe
that
they
note,
thought they
I
were
will
going to
say,
start filming sooner rather than later.
Go ahead, Scotty.
Scheduling. I don't know.
This phase of Marvel, and look, like I'm not an insane Marvel fan. I'm an insane X-Men fan. I've never been too into the other Marvel stuff. Like I'll watch it and it's fine. But and maybe somebody who's more versed in like, you know, who's a Marvel expert here can tell me. But this phase has just been kind of weird and disjointed. And I understand like because of, you know, COVID and things like that. Like that's fine. I'm not, and this isn't like a harsh criticism. I'm just saying, like, you know, whereas like after like the phase leading up to Endgame, there was like a very clear path, right? And this is like everything right now. It feels like there's a lot of experimentation. And
That's
it's
what you
just
do
sort
when you're
of
a $1 billion
nebulous.
company.
Well, the reason why the reason why this
DC's
one
not
is
there
so
yet.
Go ahead.
the
Dave.
reason why this is so disjointed is because what people aren't realizing with this phase is they're starting a whole new saga. Whereas the first 3 phases were the Infinity Saga, this starts a whole new saga, so it's going to be a bit disjointed while they start this stuff up. Not saying that it's a great thing, but that's just what's going on right now.
Well, that's
So they're probably going to call this the multiverse saga, and I guess they're going to do this in a way to what it
This
feels
is going
like.
to be. This is going to be.
It's a way to one up Endgame, and in various ways, and the multiple different films and TV shows that they try to do to try to lead it all together, but it gets so complicated to a point where like how does this all come together? And Hopefully there
Well,
is
the
a
thing is-
plan. My hopes is that just as a now casual, I guess, viewer more so than you guys like analyze the shit out of this. Whereas I just sort of take it at face value, and I see what I see on the screen or on my laptop, and I just, I feel how I feel about it. Going from film to film and TV show to TV show, but after a while, it just gets kind of exhausting. I don't know if it's just me, but it's going to be very hard to top that. Where he's like, it was a little bit more congruent and more coherent. If you wanted to watch like 22 films, but man,
You don't have
like
to watch 22 films.
the further it goes on, the more complicated it's going to get, especially when you put in time travel and more multiverse stuff. It's just going to get more confusing. Whereas
It's not confusing.
It kind of is already, dude. Like
it is. I mean, maybe not to you, but for me, I'm trying to make sense of it all. And if you would like to make a video on your channel to explain all of this, then go for it.
Well,
because it's starting to, you could easily fall apart. Very easily.
Well, the thing is I feel like Scotty is onto something here when it comes to this whole phase. Like every other phase has seemed like it's been very like
boom,
just
boom,
precision,
boom, boom. Yeah.
precision, right? Like well thought out, well done. This one seems very disjointed, where it's like we're gonna throw this at you. Where even though it brought us like probably the best Spider-Man movie out of all of it, and it's brought us some really cool moments, there just seems like a lot of like filler in this, and I think that has to do with a lot of our main characters are being phased out, right? And they're trying to make other characters that are not in the public mindset, of like people don't know who these characters are. They're trying to, where before they only had to introduce a couple of characters at a time, that were new. Now they're having to introduce a bunch of characters that are new, and they're like, this is why you should care about it. And the problem is, it's not like, hey, it's Captain America or Iron Man or Thor or Spider-Man. Now it's like
Shang-Chi, the Eternals.
Yeah, Shang-Chi, or like we talked about last
But
time, like Thor,
they
right?
experimented.
Like
where
there's people who know who these people are, but
but that's where people start falling off, bro. Like,
but the people who just go to like eat some popcorn and watch a Marvel movie and watch, Spider-Man, they don't know who these characters are, and so
we have to step outside of our
matters,
fandom
though.
every once in a while.
H-Bart,
normal people. Sorry.
Oh no. So what were you saying, Scotty?
No, go to the super chat. You're good.
Well, no. What were you saying there?
I was just saying I don't think it matters that it's disjointed for like the normal viewer. I think the normal viewer is just like, oh, there's a Marvel movie coming out next week. Let's grab the kids. I don't think that they even care about being confused, even if they are.
But do you think though that it's going to feel better though once they get back around to some of those major players again, like Fantastic Four, like X-Men, like like
well, of course it will, Enosh. Of course it will.
I'm being patient for Multiverse of Madness and the new Thor movie, and I'm hoping that between those two, they have they that's where they present the actual direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of speculation, but we're not going to know till they come out.
Yeah,
I could somewhat explain it to you just a little bit. If they are working towards Secret Wars,
I understand. I'm saying the normal person.
I'm not saying just in general to you, Scotty. I was kind of answering Enosh there. Just in general, what they're working towards, if they are working towards Secret Wars, it's going to seem a little disjointed because when it comes to Secret Wars, they're going to use everybody that they have access to, because Secret Wars involve the Secret Wars involved the whole of Marvel, not just like certain big players and all that.
Yeah. No, so, I know. I know. I'm aware of Secret Wars. It's just, I don't know, man.
I'm grateful they're doing more experimental stuff than never done before. When you a $2 billion company that makes movies, they could do that. Unlike DC, they can't because they have to build with whatever they're doing to understand the audience and stuff like that. And thank you, RJ. You were right too.
H Bart's here with a $5 super chat. Says not that Sam is bad, but Bucky was more worthy of the shield. I gotta agree with that. I actually agree with that.
I actually do totally agree with that too.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's not for me. It's. I mean, it's not a racial thing. It's not anything like that. It's just simply, Bucky just seemed to make more sense to me in this. And look, and here's the thing: Bucky was Captain America at one point too, right? So it's not like it. Yeah, I mean, and so was Falcon. Falcon was for a while, right?
I don't have a real hard opinion on the character of Falcon getting it over Bucky, but Anthony Mackie, I just don't. He is such a one note, tone deaf, monotone actor, and he's just not interesting to watch. And but before I watched Captain America, I'm a really big fan of a show called Altered Carbon, and he took over the second season of that show. It was playing Kovac, and the first season was Joel Kinnaman. And when Anthony Mackie came in, it was so like a stark contrast because there were so many amazing performances in that season. But that season wasn't as good as the first season because of Anthony Mackie. And if you watch Altered Carbon season 2 and then you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's like you're watching the exact same character. Like literally, if you don't believe me, go watch just an episode of Altered Carbon season 2 and then watch an episode of that on Disney Plus, and you will see what I'm saying. He's one personality, character, tone, voice, performance, and he's just not interesting.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, no, there's some actors who are just like that. Jared's mother with the $2 super chat says, where does Beast Wars stand in Transformers timeline? So it's after Bumblebee. It's before, which is weird, but it's before that first Transformers movie. Apparently they're keeping the continuity. It's a soft reboot kind of deal where it's going to be in the past. So it's supposed to take place, I think, and they said 1994. So yeah, it's kind of a weird
94. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Just stop it. Stop with the Transformers movies. They suck.
Well, no, I honestly, I'm willing to give this one a chance because it is a reboot and because they look like how Transformers are supposed to look, and Michael Bay doesn't have anything to do with this one.
It well better be. Just start from scratch. Fuck it. That's where I'm at.
Heck yeah, man! Big dub reactions right there. Best in the world. Okay. H Bart's here with the $5 super chat. Says Brian is right. Bond is interchangeable. Only time people were mad was when Connery left the first time. They said that. Yeah, I mean after that they set the standard.
That's true.
Now we just know.
Bond will be back is always a trope at the end of each Bond movie. That's something James Bond does. Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know. I think they just missed the mark by not following up with it quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, man. It's Bond is one of those things like now we just
we have to wait 5 years for the next Bond.
we just know.
Way, I think we should honestly, my opinion on it is we should wait a little bit longer. Maybe
Your Cavill's the next Bond.
Wait till we get a new Bond, like a little ways down the road, they don't have to hurry up and recast,
H Bart's with another $5 super chat says, is Cylon the guy on the panel who looks like Roger Clark?
What?
Who's Roger Clark?
I don't know. Who is Roger Clark?
He was a voice actor for the Red Dead Redemption series.
Oh, was he?
Oh, was it John Marston?
Arthur Morgan, I think. If you're a Red Dead fan, that's who he played.
Oh, he played in the second, or
yeah, the second one that I know of. I don't know if he was in the first one.
Okay, because that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can look it up, but I just don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. So
okay.
So apparently the talk that they were going to do that is now kind of just in the past now. So
yeah, because the reporter that had sent him back is like, hey, what kind of projects you have? He's like, He was talking about his TV show that his series that's coming on Peacock, Twisted Metal, and she thought he was talking about Captain America 4, which he wasn't. So that's why everybody on Twitter. And that's the reason why Captain America was trending number 5 on Twitter. I was like, oh shit, it's started. So now Disney had to confirm that. So now.
Did you say Twisted Metal? They're doing a Twisted Metal movie? I missed that.
Yes, Peacock.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think it's a movie.
Okay.
But Mackey's in it.
I'll always give him a chance. I'm just saying, up until now, like all the performances I see of him are really one note, and it really ruined Altered Carbon season 2. And I'm not the only person who thought that. If you were a fan of the show and you watched
he was good in that episode of Black Mirror.
He was, yeah. That's true, actually. Yeah.
He was actually really good at that one.
Yeah.
I don't remember that
Fair
one.
enough.
It's been a long time since I've seen Black Mirror.
I binged that show. I do like that show.
Oh, Black Mirror.
I binged it a long time ago. I guess they stopped making episodes. So.
Oh man, I wish they would make more Black Mirror because I love Black Mirror.
I still remember when a professor of mine saw the first episode, was like, "What the F was this?" And no one explained it to him that it was an anthology, like every story. It's like the Twilight Zone, but fucked up.
Yeah.
And if somebody had said that, he would have understood it.
Sure.
And if you don't like that episode, skip to the next one. It's a completely different story. But I didn't even know that at the time.
Well, my buddy, when he told me about Black Mirror, he told me don't watch the first episode, just go straight to the second episode. Because if you watch the first episode, you're just going to be like, "What the heck is this?" Like, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, because when I heard of it, I was like, "Okay, we're going to follow the adventures of the pig fucker." Okay, great.
Right.
But it's not the case at all.
No, not at all, not at all. So
no one explained it to him.
Nope.
RJ Khonshu.
H Bart's here. The $5 Super Chat says in Moon Knight episode 2, Khonshu said he's a real justice, which abbreviated is RJ. So is Resident Justice Khonshu.
RJ's not that clever.
My favorite episode of Black Mirror.
Them's fighting words. Them fighting words. Yeah, Music Man. If you haven't seen Black Mirror, the first episode's weird. It's about it's a political thing. It's got like the like one of the princes of England and like it's
guy fucks a pig.
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's
now
horrible.
I will say this. If you watch like the rest of the episodes and you see what they're going for, and then you come back and watch that first episode, it makes a whole lot more sense because you understand that it's about technology, and because that episode is about how like they force something to happen where people have to watch it all over the world, on TV, and what they do is they miss because everybody is so enthralled with tabloidism, right? They miss something that's right there in front of them. And so that's the most about that.
My favorite episode of Black Mirror was Archangel.
So good, man. Every episode, dude. I don't think that there's like an episode of that show that I just don't like.
Except the first one.
But I'll be honest with you. But I'll be honest with you, even the first one, going back and watching it after I'd watched the rest of the series,
makes more sense.
Now, what makes some interesting sense is this Stranger Things season 4.
Carnage? Oh my god, look at Carnage.
That's nuts.
Oh my god.
Oh, I am so excited for this.
We're
actually going to watch the trailer.
The name of this creature, and then the name that they're giving this creature actually comes from a glitch in D&D, in the D&D lore.
Wait, Google, we watch the trailer first?
Yeah, let's watch the trailer first. Brian, have you seen the trailer?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, same. I need to hit
Brian.
back.
Okay.
Watch this.
Okay.
He looks like a better Carnage in the Venom
I
movie.
don't want to know. I don't want to know anything.
All right,
I'm gonna spoil the first 3 seasons. Okay.
All right,
So this is what happened.
Oh no. This trailer.
I know that all we got was a content claim when they showed it on whatchamacallit earlier. So if you're watching the replay of this and nothing happens and it just skips on, you just know that I had to remove it. That's fine. But that's fine.
Right.
Okay, so here we are. Stranger Things season. So
I'm Confused?
We think, Brian.
Okay, so I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I have and do not plan on watching Stranger Things. This trailer kind of made it to where. Okay, first off,
have you watched it at all?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh,
Okay.
Then you have no idea what you're looking at.
I don't even want to know. Okay, like,
dude,
please don't try to talk me into watching this show because I honestly don't care, and I want to tell you why. Okay, this whole 80s freaking thing that people are trying to obsess over. No, it's not for me. Sorry, please. Thank you. I forget about it. I don't care.
That show departed completely from that track. But hey, it was nice talking to you, Brian. You have a great night.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
Right.
Take care. Be well then.
But no, right? It's like, shut up. Get out of here. You don't even like Stranger Things? But no.
You haven't even seen it. Why did you even bother to like stick through it?
I don't know. Sorry.
No, Brian, listen, man. Let me just tell you, like, and this is not trying to just convince you to watch it, but it is so much more than that. Listen, I know that a lot of people got excited about it when it first came out because they're like, "Oh, look at the '80s connection and all this stuff," right? And I get that, right?
I was so cynical about that. I was just like, "Oh God."
I know,
so
man.
cringe.
I know, but Brian, it honestly is so much more than that, and it's so gotten away from just it's not that. It is not that. I mean, people tried to make it about that when it first came out because it was something new, and it was at the head of that, right? You know what I mean? Where it was like it had a motif, but dude, it totally captured what that was in a moment, but then it grew to be something else,
which is really hard for a lot of shows to do when they niche themselves in that.
I actually really enjoyed
they
the
moved out of
Stranger
that.
Things, the 3 seasons we've gotten.
I really enjoyed the first one a lot. Second one I
Thank
liked.
you, RJ.
Third one I liked.
I'm not the only one. You're good. Thank you, RJ.
Yeah,
so, RJ, you kept saying you said this earlier when I saw you on a stream where you're like the last season was 3 years ago. It was not. What do you mean?
It was like 2 years ago. Still a long time.
Did it come out in 2020? I thought it came out in 2019.
No, it was 2020. It was right at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah,
but like, here's the thing though. Like, I get it.
Wait,
it can be frustrating.
No, it was 2019. Whatever.
It can be frustrating, the fact that it's taken, a while for a new season to come out. But I will say this: that has nothing to do with whether or not it's a quality show or not. So that's not really an argument. Just to say, well, it came out that 3 years ago or 2 years ago or whatever. That's not really an argument of the quality of the show. It's literally just like you wanted it to come sooner, and I wanted it to come. I did too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have wanted it to come sooner too. But the reality is like it didn't. Here we are now. We have it. We're getting parts 1 and 2. So we're getting one part in May, one part in July.
They are right. It was 2019. I was mistaken.
Why? But I mean,
yeah.
My thing is like that, but that's still not an argument like of the quality of the show. Jesus. The show is a good quality. Listen, the show sucked me in so much that we binged the first season. Tiffany and I did in a day. Okay.
Easily.
And then immediately went out, rented the actually we started our Netflix subscription because of this show, because we rented it on DVD at because we had a family video here, and so we rented season 1 when it came out because we didn't have Netflix. Binged the whole thing. Season 2 had just come out. We literally went out and started a Netflix simply to start watching season 2. And season 3 was great, and I love the way that it ended. And the thing is it's gotten so far away from just being this kind of just it's just an 80s motif niche kind of thing. Like it's got its own lore, it's got its own thing, and it's telling a story. And what I like too is they have an end game.
I'm just not
like they're not just going to go on for 10 more years.
They have one more season after this. So yeah.
I hated The Walking Dead. Couldn't watch that.
Dude, I hate Walking Dead, dude. I'm not that's not what this
Walking
is.
Dead is a
That has
masterpiece.
nothing to do with this, bro.
I don't
Guys,
even
I'm
know
just
why
talking
you threw
about-
that in there. Just because it's popular? Is that it?
Basically, yes.
No, I gotta know. I gotta know. But
Okay,
Brian,
all right.
did you like the
All
Goonies
right,
or
I
not?
see where
I gotta know this
going.
now about
What?
you.
Okay.
Did you like the
I was
Goonies?
gonna make a
Hold
point.
on. Let
Fade. Let me ask Brian a question.
Yeah, let ask a question. Don't
Brian,
talk
did you like the Goonies?
Yes, I did.
This is the Goonies, man. That's what it
Yeah,
is. It's Goonies
yeah.
for this generation of kids. That's what it is. It's fine that you don't like it. I'm just telling you that's what it is.
It really is, bro.
That's what it is. And it's great.
It's good enough,
but it's not for everybody. So that's okay.
Well,
For me,
Brian,
it's good
I
enough.
understand where your position is. That when people keep telling you,
I was born in the
overhyping
80s,
something-
Jack. I don't need to.
Look, Brian, I understand where you're coming from. Like, I still have not seen Frozen because I refused to, because people kept saying it was better than The Lion King. And I said, F you, no, not this little show.
That's another thing. I've always kind of shied away from shows that people just hype up to no end. Like,
Well,
that's just
then
one of
I
my
will
feelings.
appropriately explain it to you. It's okay. It's good.
All right.
Now, no, that's not gonna. Okay.
No,
All right.
I mean, honestly, dude, I'm not.
Yeah, give it a shot. Give it an episode. If you
I
hate
never
it,
had
okay.
Netflix, man. And it's one of those things where like the hype
Get it
train's
somewhere
kinda-
else. There are
Wait, so
ways.
you never Netflix and chill?
Yes, I am, Donovan. I am a cynic.
That's crazy.
Welcome
That's
to my
all I'll
world.
say. It's just like, hey, give it a shot. If it's not your
I've
thing,
got
cool.
I've got it on I got the first 3 seasons on DVD, and or did season 3 come out on DVD?
What about the toys? You
I don't know. I got the toys, dude. I'm looking at toys right now. I got the 3 3/4 action figures. I got the big ones. Yeah, man. I love the show, man. I fell in love with the show. The show is so good.
Can we talk about the show now? Let's talk about the show.
I actually have to get to go, but the one thing that I will say about the show is the worst part about it was season 3. When they started to sing "Never Ending Story" for no goddamn reason, which is the
Whatever, dude.
which is a horrible movie.
That wasn't
I hate
for no
that
That's
movie.
a horrible take.
That wasn't
No,
That's
no
a
reason.
horrible take, bro.
I'm sorry.
That's a-
I'm sorry.
like
Susie
you
so
Q
horrible.
can go fuck herself.
Tell
She
me
sucks.
you
The
didn't watch the
universe
film.
is in-
Tell me you
in
don't have a
vain.
heart. Tell me you don't have a heart and you don't actually watch things for the quality of it without telling me you don't have a heart and don't watch things for the
I
quality of it,
hate
bro.
the never-ending story.
Well, then something's
with
wrong
a
with you.
burning passion.
Then something's wrong with you. How can you hate the never-ending story?
'Cause it
dude?
ends.
I'm sorry.
Oh my! No,
I think there's a generational thing there. Like, if you
yeah,
weren't a kid
that's a
when it came out in the
generational thing. You
theaters, then
can't if you don't appreciate it, you don't
you don't get
appreciate.
the
Look, Never Ending Story 2.
The only saving
trash.
grace is
Never Ending
Noah
Story 3.
Hathaway
Trash.
did great.
No, parts 2, 3, and whatever else the heck that they did after that.
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
all trash.
Jack Black did a fantastic job.
No,
in
he
3.
did
That's
not.
the best
Shut
part of the
up.
whole series.
Get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
I'm
with
serious,
that.
but I genuinely
Literally.
don't like the never-ending story. I hated the main character, Bastion. He's a whiny little bitch. I wanted him to see.
what show
get
we
thrown
talking
into
about?
the
I know
dumpster.
because that role should have been a macho boy, right? There was like
no, just
like-
not him. Just I hated it. Jonathan Brandis did better. He was less annoying. I don't know. I just hated it. I hated the movie. I'll explain
movie's
it
one of
in
the
a
best
video
movies.
someday.
Literally, the movie's one of the best movies ever made. Horrible take. Horrible take. One of the most memorable movies. Well thought out and like classic. It's a classic. It's literally a childhood classic.
For you,
I'm sorry, bro.
Not-
No. For
no.
most, yes, it is. Yes, it is. For most people, it's
no.
literally a childhood classic.
Sorry, I'm not. I'm not.
How old are
buying
you?
it.
How old are you, Justin?
I'm old enough to know what.
How old are you? How old
I'm
are you,
old enough. 26. Who cares?
Okay.
If you're
here's
judging an
why.
80s movie by
Here's
quality,
why.
then you've missed the point.
Because it's an 80s freaking movie. So, like, I'm sorry that you can't appreciate the fact that those
Who
of us who grew up
cares
in
when it came out?
I'm telling you why.
Because
Because you're
culture is
judging
relevant
because you're
to the
judging
time
a
period
film.
it's released in.
Yeah, you're judging a film based on its pop culture relevancy to you as a 26-year-old, and this is not ageism.
I
This is
didn't
just
watch it
simply
when I
me
was-
telling you. This is simply me telling you when we were growing up as kids in the 80s, when I was 10 years old or 11 years old when I saw that movie for the first time, dude. Like that was something special. It was something special. It was something different from our time. Yes, today it may seem cheesy or whatever, but it's simply because you just don't understand because you just weren't there.
I saw
That's
it
what
when
I'm
I was
saying. Like
8.
sometimes
I
people
watched
just
it when
don't
I
understand.
was 8. I wasn't as
Yeah, but you were watching it from a
much-
different. You're literally watching it from a different point of view, like in history, in time, and a different point of view, like when it comes to movies in general. At the time, that was a completely different thing, and I absolutely look back on that film with such fond memories because of what it
glad
was.
that you do. I am so
just
glad
saying.
that you do, and I will say that song is awesome.
I'm not telling you what to like though. Like that's not my point. My point is like I understand why you may not like it, but the thing is that like it's not for you to say like nobody should like that. Like nobody should have that kind of experience
I'm not
with it.
saying that.
I know, but
all.
I'm just saying as somebody who grew up in the 80s, like
I just said the worst part was interrupting the entire story where the universe is at stake. That stupid Susie Poo bitch.
But it was part of it, dude.
No, it wasn't. No, it's like,
it
hey,
was
before I tell
absolutely
you the
part of it.
quote, this code that you're like so desperate and it's gonna save a bunch
It was
of people.
absolutely
Hey,
part of it,
let's
dude.
stop the whole story and sing never
It was
ending
absolutely
story.
part of it. That's why they played
I
it
didn't
because
know
it was set up to be that, dude.
No,
it was literally set up to be that, man. It was literally set up to be that.
Nostalgia bait. That's all it was. And
There's nothing wrong with that sometimes.
In that moment,
There's
it
nothing
pissed me the
wrong with
fuck
that
off.
sometimes, bro. There's
I
nothing wrong with that.
think Thade has a point to make, and then we should talk about the actual content.
Yes, let's do that. Let's
Okay.
do that.
So Thade, what's up? You got a point that's burning you. What's up?
I was going to say the argument about shows taking too long to come out. You know, I grew up in the UK, and a lot of BBC shows, you know, sometimes you don't get the next season every year. So, like for me, this isn't so much of a problem. Sometimes you have to wait 2 to 3 years before a season of a show comes out.
Sure.
I guess it's just a different, you know, either as Americans we're too spoiled, or I don't know. You know, you could blame it on COVID, which that's honestly the major problem with why this didn't come out, you know, earlier.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm willing to give this season a try. I mean, I've liked the story so far. It just seems to be, I don't know. The amount of time doesn't bother me any.
Yeah. No, I hear you. There's a lot of reasons why it didn't come out, you know, sooner. So it just is what it is. I'm gonna get real quick to some super chats and then we'll talk about the show itself.
Okay.
Right? And talk about what we just watched.
If it's okay, Enosh, I do got to get going, but I want to make.
No, it's not okay. You must stay. You must stay. You cannot leave. It's not okay. It's not
but I
okay.
want to make one thing clear. I'm being hyperbolic when I'm calling Susie Poo a bitch.
We know that. You're good, man.
We know that.
Yeah, but for idiots in the chat, it's a joke. Okay. And
they love Susie Poo, so they're just being defensive of Susie Poo.
And also,
or Susie Poo.
Yeah, but
it's still real to me, damn it.
But at the end of the day, they still stop the whole plot for like just a pointless moment for me. Anyways, take care, be well. The never-ending story sucks, and fuck Falcor. Have a good day.
Justin.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's all right. Hey, the world is filled with all kinds of different people, and learning how to appreciate those different types is a virtue.
He's a different kind of guy, I'll tell you that. All right, Mr. Pink Shirt. All right, Jared's mother here with a $2 super chat says, what if the redhead gets 11's powers? Would be interesting. Hey, Chris is here. What's up, Chris? We traded out. We traded up. What's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris? We traded up. What I missed?
We traded up.
What's
Justin,
up, brother?
Justin Proper just left, so like we traded up, man. We got you, bro. That was like perfect timing. That was awesome. So yeah, I mean, like, why does 11 not have her powers? We'll talk about that in just a second. H Bart's here with a $2 super chat says, do we see Hopper become Red Guardian?
That's fine.
He is in Russia. He is in Russia.
Talking about Stranger Things.
Yeah, we're talking about Stranger Things here for a
You
second.
guys want to know something?
What's that?
That's crazy. I got to watch the trailer early last night.
Yeah.
And my kid's been trying to get me to watch that show since it came out. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not interested in it. I don't want to watch it. I get that it has like the whole War Games meets ET meets Goonies vibe. I'm digging it, but it's not really something I want to get into. So anyway, fast forward till last night when I got to see the new trailer, and I went, "Yo, this trailer slaps, man! This shit makes me want to. This shit makes me want to watch Stranger Things." So I've been binging Stranger Things since yesterday.
Dude,
that's what I'm watching now. I'm halfway through. I'm halfway through
going.
season
I was
3
worried
right
first.
now.
Nice.
And I'm telling you, there's not a show out there. I understand there's a lot of shows out there that like to try to. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat talk about the 80s. They try to capture the nuance of the 80s or the noir of the 80s, but most of the time it's just a muscle car and a soundtrack. But it doesn't feel like the 80s. This damn show feels like I'm in the 80s, from the food courts to the arcades to the soundtrack to the way the kids talk, the slang they use, the shitty pay that the mom make. Dude, this is a special show, man.
The bad sweaters.
This is a really good show, man. And I'm
Heck
having
yeah.
season
Hair.
3
That's
right
what we
now.
were just. That's what I was.
Some of those guys, man.
I'm having
That's what I was
lot
just
of fun with
trying to
this
tell
show, man.
Brian. That's what I was just trying to tell Brian before he left, man. It's like I get it, you know, like it's so much more than though just trying to be 80s, you know, just to be 80s. It's
No, it feels like it was filmed in the 80s. I mean, it doesn't even feel like digital film. It almost feels like it was filmed on film. It's just got such a great vibe to it. And the story's really good too, man. I mean, the kids are they're all so cute and adorable, but they're always in danger. And, you know, I can't wait to see what happens in this one, because I'm seeing it's just filled with Easter eggs, man.
Yeah.
This show was filled with Easter eggs. The first season was great. I mean, it pulled me right in, man. Second season, I felt like it dipped in the middle of the season, but it made up for it at the end, especially the way it ended. And now I'm halfway through season 3, and I'm telling you, man, I am really loving this show.
That's awesome.
Well,
That's
if
awesome.
Chris is here though, now we can't talk about the trailer and content because we're going to spoil season 3.
I don't care
for
about
him.
spoilers. I don't care about
There
spoilers.
you go. There you go.
I'm going to be done with season.
So
I'm going to be done with season 3
get
in about
through
4 episodes. Yeah.
Let me get through a couple of these super chats and then we'll jump in. Stranger Things. Here's Fourth 1000 with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. So Stranger Things season 1 was good. After that, it became a bad parody of the 80s. A long fall from grace. They put the darn Terminator in it. LOL. Dude, I don't know, man. I just don't see that, Fourth. I get it. It's not always perfect. It's not always like, you know, it's like anything. It has, you know, filler episodes. It has episodes where you're just like, what's this? But honestly, it's man, it's so good. I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, this trailer, Nat, you just nailed something right there. This what we just watched here, we just watched the trailer. That trailer did absolutely have a Carpenter Clive Barker vibe to it, especially this dude. Come on.
That's very Hellraiser. That's very Hellraiser.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer like 10 times. I love the way they slowly. Well, you remember how old mixing boards work. You know, you're a musician. The old 4-track, you have to mix everything. The way they mix the Journey song in piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
And just it does feel Clive
That's
Barker.
why I'm
It feels
super
a lot of
surprised.
Clive Barker. Yeah, it feels very yeah, man, it's got a John Carpenter vibe to it now that I really think. I watched that trailer over and over, and I'm telling you, man, I'm in, dude.
Well, they've
I
said
can
that
definitely
season
see
4
the Clive Barker vibes, and it's very interesting.
I do feel
Well,
bad
they
that
stated
people
that
have had
that's
to
what
wait.
they were doing.
I
They
feel
said
bad that
that-
people have had to wait this long to see, because I'm going to binge this and be done with it by tonight sometime, okay? And then I've got to wait maybe a month before I jump into season 4. You guys have had to wait 3 years.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Dude, I've rewatched all 3 seasons every year since the 3rd season was out.
They're really. Danica is always trying to get me to watch this. I've bought her so much Stranger Things shit and have no idea. And now I'm starting to realize why she wanted like a hoodie with a make-believe high school on it with a paw.
Right.
And, you know, and all these, the Demigorgon and the Upside Down. And I'm like, what is she? The Stranger Things and the weird. She wanted, and I buy it for all the time, man. And I was always like, I don't understand the appeal. I'm not really interested in this show. Now that I've sat down and watched it, I'm like, shit, why did it take me so long to watch this show?
Right. H Bar here with the $5 super chat says the show is not at fault. Netflix did this with Witcher season 2. First was 2019, second was 2021 in December. Look, it's just the way things are being done now with streaming. Like, you know, part of it is
Robert
part
England's
of it
in this season too.
Oh, we're going to talk about that in a second, but so part of the problem with streaming is we're getting shorter seasons, and it seems like they're, we're getting bigger actors, or we're launching people's careers now, right? Which is good, but also then we have to compete with the movies that they're making, right, in the mainstream. And so, if we're going to get them on a television show, that's what it's going to be. H-Barts, I absolutely agree with you. The worst part was the Chicago episode. The Chicago episode,
That was not a good episode.
it was a little
RJ said
strange.
the same thing, and I agree that was a strange episode, but it also
stop
kind of had to be there.
It did.
Yeah,
kinda
no, I
stop
agree.
It stopped the viewing. It stopped the series, but at the same time, I like that she met someone like her.
Yeah,
and I like her little makeover. Plus, you
before.
get that triumphant return, which is kind of a tearjerker.
Yeah.
She comes back, and he's been trying to get a hold of her every day for like 360 some days. That's a great episode, man.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to kill her off. I was getting nervous when she was trying to close the. I'm like, oh shit, they're going to kill her off.
Thank you. Right, Freddie? Right? Yeah. I mean, Never Ending Story is awesome. Jared's mother with a $5 super chat says Stranger Things is in a game called Dead by Daylight, and I play as Nancy, Steve, and Demogorgon. Huh.
Yeah, that is the.
Wait,
I
what?
played by Dylan.
Never ending story. I used to train luck dragons.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was it? The other day, Tiffany and I were doing something. Tiffany and I were talking about something, and we were talking about the luck dragon, and I was just like, Falcor,
man.
Atreyu.
Listen, I don't care what anyone says. When I was a kid, I can watch it now and not get all weepy. But when I was a kid, and this friggin' horse died.
The swamp of sadness, man. The swamp of sadness hurt me.
When the horse drowned from sorrow, what was the horse's name?
Artax.
Artax, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
right,
my
yeah.
God.
Artax.
Dude.
Yes, the horse gave a great performance.
Even the tool of the nothing, whatever it was called. What was that thing called?
Oh, the
cat,
wolf.
the wolf.
The wolf. Dude,
Even
the wolf
that shit
scared
was
the
scary.
crap out of me. The wolf scared the crap out of me as a kid.
No,
The
the
guy,
part
the
that
guy
also
that rode the racing snail and then the big rock.
the
guy
Okay,
that
part
hold
that
on.
also made me-
Here we go. They look
like strong
like
hands.
big, strong
He's doing the rock giant.
hands. They look like big, strong hands. Fourth of
that
thousand.
part made me so sad, dude.
You know what I could never
dude.
understand though? I never thought to do this before. Next time I watch it, I'm gonna put it on with subtitles, because when the princess at the end is always screaming, "Say my name," I can never understand what the hell he's saying.
I can tell you right now.
What is her name?
Hold on a second.
Wasn't it his mother's name?
Yeah,
Ooh, it might have been his mom's name, but they
no,
never
it
tell
is.
you his mom's name.
No, it's
You talking about the actress that plays the childlike empress? Is that what we're talking about?
No, yeah.
No,
when
no,
he
when he-
screams, when she
it's
says, "You gotta
Moonchild.
name me."
It's
Is it
Moonchild.
Moonchild?
Yeah,
She's like, "You
Moonchild.
got to name me. You got to give me a name. Say my name." And he's like, "I don't know your name." And then he goes to the window and he screams.
Yeah. Hold on a second. We'll hold on a second.
I'm trying to think of what else I've seen that kid in, because he's been in other things.
You talking about the kid who played Bastion?
Wasn't he in Daryl?
Yes.
The little robot kid that could beat all the pole position scores. And
That's
remember
right.
Yes,
Daryl?
he was.
It was
He
Daryl.
was also in an episode of Tales from the Dark Side that was based on a Stephen King short story called Grandma.
An episode of Tales from Dark Side or the movie?
It was an
Anthology
episode
movie.
of Tales from the Dark
Oh.
Side.
Here you go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, now I know.
Now you know.
Back then, it was hard to understand. You did.
Dude, I agree. I
spent
I spent most of my life
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the heck that dude was saying, but you know.
But that movie was so like ahead of it. I don't even know how to. How would you describe a movie like that? Indiana Jones for kids?
It's just epic, dude. It's just
No, it's more like reading a living storybook, man.
Yes,
Like,
that's what I was just
Indiana
going to say. It's
Jones-
a book come to life. That's
Indiana
exactly
Jones
it.
meets Lord of the Rings. I mean, it was crazy, that story.
But that's why you just missed Justin. Justin was going off on it, saying it sucked and whatnot. And I was just like, dude, no. Never ending story. I'm sorry, is classic. It is a moment. It is a vibe.
Well,
Fourth 1,000 here with the $5 super chat says Stranger Things lost its way when it started to be too referential to 80s nostalgia. When Never Ending Story song happened, I rolled my eyes and skipped. Fourth, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it grew outside of that 80s nostalgia. I mean, yeah, the 80s nostalgia was very much played up in the early, part of the show. And yeah, I mean, there's Never Ending Story, but I mean, it takes place in the 80s. Like, there's some things that I think people like may look at it as being that, when it's literally just because that's the setting for it.
what I like about it is the Stephen Kingsy kind of it and the Stand By Me vibes that the story has. Like,
Yeah, it's got like a
I remember those times, growing up as a kid back in those times and hanging out with your friends like that and everything. It's like
me too. And that's another thing. Justin probably didn't ever have that kind of experience either, right? Like, that we did. Like, I mean, that was the thing, man. We got on our bikes, we rode around the neighborhood. We came in at when the street lights came on. We had our walkie talkies. Like, I swear to God, man, like that first season was like all my young life, man.
Yeah,
like,
that's why it pulled me in.
Every front yard of a kid's house looked like it was a parking lot for bikes.
It felt like it felt like a mix between Goonies and like E.T. that first season. It just pulls you in, man. Only E.T.'s scary as shit in the first season, but it's a monster. But
E.T.'s scary as shit.
I didn't see that coming. There's like a whole upside down world with a mirror dimension.
Justin. Totally wrong.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Dude,
I didn't.
I think you just miss it, man. I think it's just lost on you, bro. Like I'm not mad at you. It's just I just think it's lost on you, man.
We shouldn't dog on Justin. It's not everything is for everyone, and that's not a dismissive thing.
No, it's not. I think
fine.
I don't blame him. Like you either like something or you don't like it, right? And it's fine. I just think that like there's some things that like if you don't have the context for why a generation might like something, right? Then it's just you're just not gonna get it, and that's fine, bro. I mean, but then he's gonna be hyperbolic and call it dog crap like that, but I mean it is what it is.
Well, I'll be honest, I'm 100%. I'm one of those firm believers that movies like The Goonies, Never Ending Story, War Games, those movies are timeless. They're timeless movies, man. You can go back and watch them today.
Aaron Pritchard says in the chat that movie had heart, and she's right. It did. Never Ending Story had heart.
I had no expectations for this show going into it. I didn't think it was going to pull me in the way it did.
There you go.
But it did, and it's my favorite part so far. I didn't think it was. I hated the douchebag with the good hair. I couldn't stand that kid. Okay, I loved it when he got the shit kicked out of him, and now you see him with the little kid with the messed up teeth. I'm forgetting their names because I'm so new to the show, but
Justin.
They're like best friends now. He cares about those kids. He's not the school bully anymore. Dude, that's great story arc there, man. That's a great character.
Okay, so let's jump into this. Let's jump into this so that we can then spend some time at the end, because I don't want to be here too long tonight because it's already 3 in the morning. So first of all, so much imagery. We'll get to that guy in a second. Robert Englund is in this.
Mm-hmm.
Robert
freaking Englund is in this.
I'm getting serious Alice in Chains vibes, dude. I'm getting like Man in the Box. I'm getting serious Man in the Box vibes, guys.
The creators said they were going full on horror, and that this season would be an homage to 80s horror. So
I'm in.
Yeah,
definitely in.
Yeah, I'm there. So I mean, we got Robert Englund looking great here. This is so cool. Where is it?
We got Transformers.
Yeah, no, I got the other thing. Okay, so obviously the cast has aged, since we first saw them. I don't know why Will still has this horrible haircut, though.
I don't know, but his brother, the guy that plays Mike, he's in like a Weezer video where they redo Aha, Take on Me, and it's a really good music video. That kid can sing, believe it or not. That's awesome. Yeah, look at Millie Bobby Brown. She's like not going to age. She's going to look young forever. Is it weird that Millie Bobby Brown looks like Winona Ryder?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Well, kind of. Yeah, it's
Man,
kind of
that's
scary. Right?
weird, man.
A little bit.
But
That
okay.
thing right there, I'm going to tell you.
Size on
It
on
reminds me of. Do you guys remember Pumpkinhead?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
One of Stan Winston's lesser known monsters.
Yep.
Is it lesser known?
Yeah, well, for us maybe not, but a lot of guys be like, when I always say the Stan Winston Big Four, everyone's always like, well, what's the fourth? And I'm like, Pumpkinhead, duh.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look like a cross between Pumpkinhead and like that alien resurrection alien they tried to make, the hybrid?
Oh no, that was terrible. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I do see that.
That is crazy looking to me, man. So that's the big bad this time, huh?
Yeah.
He
Well,
does look like
so there.
something.
So I heard a rumor that maybe this character, because he's like the leader of the Upside Down, right?
Upside Down.
But that, what if this is number one?
That could be.
Yeah. It could be someone that we haven't seen yet. I know RJ said earlier that he was thinking it was Billy. I know people have been tossing that around a lot.
Billy,
I'll avoid
Billy, like the
spoilers
redhead
as long as I
sister,
can.
Cylon.
Yeah, the redhead's brother. Yeah.
I'm gonna avoid spoilers for you as long as I can here. But I
Oh
don't.
no,
think
I
it's
saw his name on a
based on
tombstone.
him.
I'm sorry to keep interrupting you, but okay, I know what you're talking about now. I'm caught up. I
No,
saw
you're good.
Billy's name on a tombstone at the beginning of the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so yeah.
let's try not to reveal how that goes down. But then, just so Chris can have a moment, maybe. But
absolutely.
But I think because of the way that Billy dies, I don't see this as Billy. But RJ could be right. People on the internet are thinking that. I've also heard that this could be Brenner. That makes some sense to me. We don't see Brenner actually die. And there's that horror trope that if you don't see someone die, even if something's jumping on them and it seems unsurvivable, they didn't die.
Brenner is
Matthew Modine.
Papa.
Is Papa.
Matthew Modine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
and that would make sense too, actually, Cylon, because like if he's the one doing all these experiments and stuff, and like trying to tap into the Upside Down and everything, and yeah, that could.
I heard a rumor a long while back that maybe Matthew Modine was number one.
Yeah,
I could see it.
It could be both. I
could
could
do
see
some
that.
theory on this. I mean, it's still pretty fresh in my head. And I'll tell you what, he was. I knew it was such a different kind of show when that girl walks in and she was being all nice, and it even caught me. I'm like, I wouldn't be calling. They're after this girl, and they walk into that diner, and they're like, he's like, you don't sound the same like you do on the phone. Boom! She blows his head off, and I went, whoa! I didn't see that coming.
I love
this. This is an evil organization, man.
I love this real quick.
So, yeah, this is a hint.
Yeah.
They're furthering the Lovecraftian vibes.
Well,
in the
take a look at
background,
this. Take a look at this shot that Enosh has up, and tell me that you don't get a Freddy Krueger vibe.
Absolutely, a total 80s.
Oh
vibe.
yeah,
that absolutely, yeah. And Freddy was a lefty. Yeah.
And you got Robert Englund in the trailer that has his eyes like sewn shut.
Or no, wait, was Freddy a right-handed guy?
No, he was a right. It was
he was
right.
righty,
The
wasn't he?
glove,
Yeah.
right.
He had a right-handed glove.
Yeah.
But no, you're right, Scotty. Like the look of this looks like something out of A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, meets Predator.
Yeah.
And that the creature. I love the creature designs for this show.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved
It's prosthetic.
What's that?
It's prosthetic. This creature is prosthetic. The actor posted a picture on it, which is cool.
I just think that
I just don't think it can be Billy because, again, without spoiling, like it's for a reason at the end of season 3. Like Billy accomplishes something at the end of season 3. And if they just brought Billy back to be this, I think
you already gave it away. I know what you're doing. It's cool. I'll still watch it. I don't care about spoil. I think so. Well, I mean, he's going to sacrifice himself.
You'll see.
Not
exactly.
Sacrifice himself. Look, Tylen's like, I'm not saying shit, bro. Shut up. Go watch Tron, jerk.
Jared's mother says with the $5 super chat says the Dead by Daylight game also has Michael. They own Ghostface, Leatherface, Pinhead, Pyramid Head, Nemesis.
That's the one where you
pig
hang
from
people on
Saw,
hooks.
and maybe a few more.
Yeah, I've played that game. There's one monster and like 4 people running around trying to fix machinery, and you hang them on hooks.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's pretty fun game, man.
It's survivors versus a monster,
Yeah.
and every expansion is from a different actual
They're
franchise.
making a
And
live
Freddy.
action movie.
And Freddy. And Freddy.
I have to.
You-
I have
I
to
didn't
agree
notice
with
that
somebody in the
before.
chat. I have to agree with somebody in the chat that the full on facial shot of the creature looks like Uncle Frank from Hellraiser.
100%. Even the voice to me sounds like something between Freddy Krueger and Pinhead.
I'm trying
To
to
me.
figure who that is in the background of that picture.
You know
What girl is that?
who this looks like to me? It looks like a red version of Swamp Thing.
Yeah. Oh my God! If you
From the
stuck
li-
Red
from-
Skull on the swamp
Someone in
thing
chat
and
had
gave
already
him
said
liver
that.
spots.
I think Aaron maybe had mentioned it looked like something.
And
Yeah,
also,
no, that was
it remind me of Carnage, a much better
Dude,
version
and if
of
this
Carnage.
doesn't look like something out of a Clive Barker movie,
It does. That's so Hellraiser right there.
And look at all
Right?
the things it's connected to. Now that thing
Yeah.
that's in season 2, and I think is going to be the monster in season 3 because I never showed him die. That's a real D&D monster that controls other monsters.
the Flayer, yeah.
Yeah.
The Mind Flayer, yeah.
And I'm wondering if he ain't like the boss of that. Like if he ain't the real Mind Flayer and the other thing's just a monster. I don't know, man. I love that it ties in with D&D. The first
They call
scene,
it-
they're rolling dice and freaking out over whether or not to hit the right. And I'm like, dude, this is great. That's how ET
The rumor
started. They were
is-
playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Chris, the rumor is this creature's name is Vecna, and if you know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, you know who Vecna was. He was the Lich Lord.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he was a Lich Lord.
Yeah, at first I was like, is this another incarnation of the Mind Flayer? But I don't think so. I think
No, this
it
is
is. different.
this is some sort of boss monster.
Yeah,
to be
no,
honest.
Vecna's a boss monster from the Monsters Manual. He's like the guy, one of them anyway. He's big. He's a big boss. It's not,
He's an arch lich demon thing.
That just sounds funny to me.
He does look badass in this, man. This trailer, I don't know, man. I don't ever watch a trailer 4 seasons into some show and go, you know what? I'm watching that shit. I don't ever. You keep passing this Optimus Prime, and it's kind of like you're.
It's because I got
You're that girl who I took out to dinner, and you ordered the lobster, and I still went home alone. What is this? What am I looking at?
This was the we already talked about it. It was part of it. It was this is the reveal of what Optimus looks like in the new
Beast
movie
Wars.
in the Rise of the Beasts.
Rise of Beasts.
Why is he still the cab over if he's going to be a monkey?
He's not. No, that's Optimus Primal. That's a completely different character. Optimus Primal.
Well, I thought Beast Wars was where they were dinosaurs and gorillas and Bigfoot.
No, that was still in it was still in continuity, but they were different. They were different people. That Optimus Primal, was named after Optimus Prime.
So this is the new Prime we're getting, like at the end of Bumblebee.
Yeah. It's
I'm
basically
there,
a sequel.
bro.
It's like a sequel to Bumblebee. That's what I was saying, dude. It's Generation 1 now, and it's all still within the same continuity. But there it is.
I love the Gen ones. Don't get me wrong. I can watch a few of the Michael Bay ones, and I like how they were sleek and different looking and pointy. But nothing beats the Gen 1 Transformers.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Robert Englund got old, bro.
I'd still love to see him do another Freddy movie.
I actually saw him do an interview with Michael Rosenbaum a few weeks ago, and they talked about him doing another Freddy movie. He said if he can get a good enough script, he'll do it again.
I watch his podcast once in a while, Thade. I loved him as Lex. I always loved him as Lex.
He's actually my favorite Lex Luthor. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Mine too. So
I love his podcast too. That podcast is awesome. In fact, he just talked to one of the Stranger Things kids, the kid Dustin, Gatton Matrezano.
Yeah.
Matrezano.
So in kind of bringing this, to whatever, Scotty, I mean, so one of the things that like we didn't even get into, right? Because it's got all this imagery, right? And we get all this stuff like this new character and all this stuff. Like Hopper's still in Russia.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because if you take a look in the trailer, there's a scene where the kids are running around inside the upside down world.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know that there's a hole on the other side in Russia that they're either trying to open up. So Hopper's, I think, is being set up here. They're going to meet in the upside down.
Oh, I'm sure. But I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like Hopper's in Russia, and so there's like a whole other thing where like it shows them like fighting the
Demogorgon with a flaming spear.
Right. I mean, like
it's
what?
amazing. I can't wait
I
for
think
that.
the Russians are training soldiers to fight against the things from the Upside Down.
I mean,
or experimenting to see what can kill them.
Do I gotta bring it up, or does anybody else want to like literally? I mean, has no one? I mean, you know, Hopper is in Russia, in a Russian prison. We just saw the Red Guardian played by Hopper in a Russian prison.
Oh yeah, they got brought up. They got brought up, bro. They got brought up.
I mean, is Hopper going to turn into the Red Guardian? It is in the 80s, you know.
What's really funny about that is he has no idea like what the comment was literally just before he came in, because that comment was like brought up just before you came in, literally.
Somebody said that before you came in, Chris.
That is so awesome. I just put that together myself. Like, wait a minute, didn't Yelena and Black Widow break their dad, the Red Guardian, out of a Russian prison? And now he's in a Russian prison? See, I didn't know he was in a Russian prison until you guys just said something, but I did know at the beginning of this season, they're always talking about the Russians, and now they're trying to open it up, and they're like, you got a year to open it. So I think that the Upside Down connects us and Russia. Like, we're connected to them somehow.
Well, the Upside Down connects to all things. Like,
oh yeah, the pumpkin patch. I forgot about that.
Lord,
yeah,
you could burrow out anywhere in the Upside Down.
Where the veil gets thin.
But I remember thinking, I'm not gonna like this. The little Winona Ryder freaking out, talking to Christmas lights is gonna get on my nerves after a while. And then I was like, you know what? The little African American kid, what's his name? I'm like, yeah, he's kind of a real. He's one of my favorite ones.
Mike's not the not the black kid.
I just remember when she like
Mike is Finn Wolfhard.
Twitched her head and dude's arm snapped, and I went, holy shit.
I'm just telling you, man, the show is I was telling them earlier, Chris, is that Tiffany and I kept putting it off. Everybody kept telling me, like, because we didn't have Netflix, right? And so everybody kept telling me, Enosh, man, you like 80s stuff and you like sci-fi stuff. You know, Enosh, you got to watch Stranger Things. And we didn't have Netflix. We just simply didn't have it. And the funny thing was that I kept putting off getting Netflix, and then season 1 came out on DVD, and Tiffany and I rented it at our local store. And once we rented it, dude, it was on, dude. We binged the whole thing in a day. And man,
yeah, I didn't expect to pull me in like that. Just that first episode. And then the mystery unfolds and it gets worse and worse. And it seems like each season gets a little darker, a little more gore, a little more betrayal, a little more crazy shit. Like, I don't know. I'm really enjoying the show. And I've never watched a trailer 4 or 5 seasons and I went, I got it. But because my kid, my youngest, she's 16 now. When this show came out, she was like 12.
Right,
okay?
Right, yeah.
And she's been trying to get me to watch this show for 4 or 5 years. And I was just like, I'm not interested. And she gets mad. You showed me the Goonies. You showed me E.T. You showed me Back to the Future. You showed me Return of the Jedi. And you don't want to watch this. And she'll get upset.
Wow.
And then I messaged her yesterday and said, this trailer, oh my God, this show's so good. And I could just hear her do the face palm over the phone. I told you, Dad.
Your daughter, Chris is like my daughters were when Supernatural was out, because I didn't actually start watching Supernatural until 5 seasons in. And it was because my daughters talked me into it, and then they made me go back and watch the 4 seasons before season 5. Like, I watched it in a week and a half with them.
And I got a great kid, man. We all have great kids. Everybody thinks their kid's the greatest kid, but I got one that's stuck in the 80s and 90s, man. Like, she'll go and wear a Purple Rain shirt, or she'll wear The Stuff, that horror movie, The Stuff. She'll wear that shirt, or she'll wear Selena. She's obsessed with Selena. Monster Squad, the Goonies. She's obsessed with that
Monster
stuff.
Squad, dude. I'll be honest with you. I
love Monster Squad.
As a kid, I'll be honest with you. I'll be totally honest with you. I liked Monster Squad better than the Goonies.
I have Monster Squad on Laserdisc. I also have Back to the Future 2 on
What's the one
Laserdisc.
with Howie Mandel with the broken horn? with Fred Savage.
Oh, Little Monsters.
Little Monsters. Yeah,
Okay,
Little Monsters.
that was one I really liked growing up, but I don't know, for some reason nothing could top. Growing up as a kid, nothing could top Top Gun, Iron Eagle, Goonies. That was my holy trinity. I had them all three on one VHS. I wore the VHS out. You know
For
what I mean?
me, it was for me. It was Stand By Me, the '90s version of It, and Friday the 13th Part 4.
Wow,
that was the best Friday the 13th.
The fourth one, it was definitely the most brutal one, that's for sure. 6 was always my favorite. 6 or 7, I don't know. I like them.
Well, four out of all of them, 4 and 6 are my favorites. But
Marcus,
4 just sticks out in my head. You know,
I don't know if I've talked to this about you guys yet, because somebody else asked me that in Max's chat earlier. Let me tell you something. I've been waiting for a sequel since 1986. All right,
it should have happened in 1990.
I went and saw Top Gun so many times as a kid. The only thing I went and saw more was Aliens. That's the only movie I ever went and saw more than I saw Top Gun, and I'm really excited for it. I know it's a little dated, but oh no, I loved Predator, but there's a special place in my heart. Like all of us had that special place for the the Terminator, the Predator, the RoboCop. You know, there's a special place for all them movies, but for some reason, Aliens was the one that just like. I don't know. That was my first real introduction to James Cameron.
Well, Aliens is a spectacular movie. I mean,
yeah, and it just and that made me go back and say, man, I want to watch Terminator again, man. James Cameron, movies like Aliens and Terminator, and movies like RoboCop and Predator, they're the movies that made me go back and want to study film.
Yeah,
you know, like study it as I watched it and see how the sausage is made. Now I kind of wish I wouldn't have. I'm like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith said he wishes he never would have became a director because now he can't be a fan of movies anymore because he knows all the secrets.
Tom Cruise is not gonna die. Stop.
I remember the first time I saw RoboCop. I was probably it came out in '87, so I was about 12. That movie blew my mind, dude.
Yeah, and just the action in it. Now you go back and watch it later as an adult, and you realize what it's really about. It's a satirical propaganda film.
It's a parody on consumerism and propaganda.
It's literally a satirical propaganda film. That's what it is. And you don't, when you're a kid, you don't get it. You're just like, this robot's kicking ass. He just shot that guy's balls off through a skirt, you know. But and Ed 209 so dope looking. Then you get older and you watch it, and you're like, wow, like. That's the integrity. That's the perfect way. That's maybe the greatest thing I've ever heard someone say about RoboCop.
What?
He's RoboCop 1987 doesn't have an ounce of fat on it. He's absolutely right.
Doesn't. Yeah. It is a spectacular film, and I love now that I'm older and can go back and watch that movie and see the nuance in it. It's fucking even more amazing than it blows my mind even more now than it did back then.
Just little things you'll pick up too, like the Omnicorp OCP. It's just whatever you call it for COP for cop. It's a play on corruption within the system. It's so nuts, man. I saw shit in that when I was a kid that I hadn't seen in anything, man. I remember seeing Billy Bear get his spine ripped out by the Predator, and I remember thinking that was graphic, okay? But when that toxic waste turned that dude into sludge.
That traumatized me as a kid.
I thought that was what scene traumatized the crap out of me in RoboCop was the guy getting shot up by the Ed 209 in the conference room.
Oh yeah, that was bad too. Or the way they tortured Murphy at the beginning. The way they tortured him, blew off his hand, shot him in the stomach.
Have you seen the extended version of Murphy's death scene?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Jesus, it's ghoulish,
dude. It's crazy.
It's ghoulish, dude.
Do we know she's a new love interest? We just know it's Jennifer Connelly. Now, if you're asking me my thoughts on Jennifer Connelly, I think she's I've loved Jennifer Connelly my whole life, though. I've loved her in everything from the early days when she was with that Rob Schneider movie. What was that one called? Career Opportunities or something like that. But they worked in a.
Did I miss a beat here? What are you guys talking about?
So I mean,
Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
The Top Gun.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't get Kelly McGillis. She left acting. Plus, she just doesn't look that good anymore. And she went into
people do get older.
That's what I'm saying. She's like 70. You know what I mean? She's old, bro. She's not young. She was in her mid 30s when she played in that movie in '86. Like she wasn't even supposed to be in that movie. Something happened. They were like, no, let's get her. I wish I could
But
think of.
Cruz was so young though.
I love my favorite Jennifer Connelly, believe it or not, and I like Jennifer Connelly in a lot of things, but I really loved her in Ang Lee's version of the Hulk, even though that's not a good movie. The role she played, like the way she could calm him down.
I loved her in Labyrinth.
Yeah, well, that's where I think that's where I found her, man. The Goblin King, David Bowie.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where I discovered her. But I've
You know,
always liked Jennifer
that's a
Connelly.
movie I would love a sequel to.
I mean, I feel like without David Bowie, you can't move forward.
Well, they did a manga, the Japanese manga.
Yeah.
The sequel, Toby's Tale or whatever. That was a cool story.
Yeah, that was good. I love Jennifer Connelly. I've had a hard time seeing her in movies ever since Requiem for a Dream.
There's no silver lining in that movie, is there? Not even a little.
I want to
bit
hit home. I
No,
lived through
okay. You talk about
situation.
bleak movies, and it kind of fits with what we were talking about tonight. But like a really bleak Michael Bay film is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Beginnings. Jesus, that movie is
Scotty,
bleak
what do you
as
mean?
hell.
What do you mean you lived through that?
Oh, I used to be a meth addict.
Oh my god!
I've lived through.
In fact, a heroin addict and a pill addict.
Scotty, how long have you been sober?
12 years.
12 years? Holy shit, bro!
I've been
We
sober
both
for
quit in
6. I've been
2010.
sober for
We both
6,
quit in
man.
2010.
I started when I was 18, and I got clean when I was 26.
I had the same issue, man. I've only been sober though for 6 years though.
Good
I've
man.
been sober 12, and I was on the bad side. I started out, look, the doctors got me hooked on pharmaceuticals. Before long, the pharmaceuticals weren't strong enough, so I went to pure opium. Opium wasn't strong enough. I ended up on heroin. Like, it was bad. And I'm gonna tell you what, you kicking any drug, dope sick. Oh boy, there's nothing
well,
like
on
it.
that, I was dope sick. It was my first month sober, in 8 years, and I was a daily user. I did about like 3 or 4 grams a day.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and so I was getting the hallucinations, and then you know how it goes, the fear,
I know
sweats, all that
exactly.
shit.
The cold
I was at a
sweats.
friend's house, and so I had a friend that basically said, "You're going to stay with me. You don't need to pay rent. You don't need to worry about getting a job. I'm going to feed you, but you can't leave the apartment." And which was some tough love, right? And
Hey, I spent
the
3 weeks
only
on a
2
bathroom
movies he
floor.
had.
Oh my God, Requiem for a
Donnie
Dream was one of them.
Darko and Requiem for a Dream. So I watched both of those movies while I was dope sick and
Bro, you're
getting
dope
Donnie
sick, you're
Darko.
You're
was
dope
such a
sick,
dark
you're
week, man.
depressed, you got diarrhea,
Did
shaky
you
leg
take Donnie
syndrome,
Darko?
cold
Yeah, I did, yeah.
sweats, hallucinations, all that. I went through all that stuff too. And then he gives you 2 of the most depressing movies on the planet to watch. Because Requiem for a Dream is depressing. There's no silver lining in that movie.
I was ready to die at the end. I was ready
Donnie
to
Darko
literally
ain't
die.
much better, Chris.
Yeah, but Donnie Darko's more like did it really happen? What happened? Fill in your own blank. Requiem for a Dream is just about you're never gonna beat this, and that's that.
Yeah.
That's what the movie is, man. It's almost like the first time I watched it, I remember getting mad at the director thinking, this is a really irresponsible fucking movie, man. Like this is you're literally taking away every drug addict's hope. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute, maybe that's what he's going for.
Yeah.
And then it hit me. I was like, oh, okay, you're an asshole, Chris.
Yeah. Well, the way Force says it's beautifully depressing. That's a good way to put it. There's a lot of really cool aspects to that. Like for instance, at the end of that movie where Wayans is, he's in jail and he's stirring the laundry.
Yeah.
Remember that scene?
Yeah.
So the prison guard that's standing next to him that keeps telling him keep churning, dude. That's the guy who wrote the book Requiem for a Dream. They got the author to, and there's all kinds of other things like that. He's actually sprinkled in throughout the movie. And
I loved Jared Leto in it. A lot of people, he's their least favorite part of the movie. I loved Jared Leto's storyline in that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's such a dark, depressing movie, man. We just went from Never Ending Story and Luck Dragons.
I know, right? Yeah, 2 extremes.
Requiem for a Dream.
And Requiem for a Dream.
That's my fault.
Oh man!
But no, that blows my mind. See, and I'm
Chris,
open about it,
dude. I'm glad you. I'm glad you 2 got clean, dude.
Yeah,
Well
no,
done.
dude, I'm
Man,
so proud
I'm
of
glad you
myself.
did too, brother.
I just woke up one day, Scotty, and I was sick of it, man. I was no longer getting high.
I can't even tell you my story out loud.
Yeah, I was no longer getting high. I was just fighting all day to stay right, just to stay even, 50-50.
Going through the motions, yeah.
It sucked. And one day I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen my kid with sober eyes, man. She's 5 years old now. I'm like, that's it, man. I'm done with this.
For me,
done.
For me, the realization came like the people that I was around. That's what finally just made me like snap and stop and go get myself some help. Was
I couldn't
the
tell
people I was around.
They,
man,
you
like,
know why, man? I come from a traditional Roman Catholic Italian family. I thought my dad would have killed me.
Yeah,
he would have killed me. I had to do that thing where you're high and no one knows you're high.
Yeah,
That's
well, my
high.
dad, you know, our dads were very much the same way. And my dad, like when I went to my dad and said, "Hey, can you help me get help?" My dad was like, "No, you're on your own."
And I remember him saying, Christopher, you're taking too many of those pharmaceuticals. I've seen what they do to people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, the doctor says I'm supposed to be on them. I should be on them. But I noticed that the more it started with Percocet, and then they wanted me to do OxyContin, and then they went from OxyContin to morphine, and then they went from morphine to Dilaudid, which is Dilaudid's just pill morphine. That's all it is, morphine in a pill. And then I started doing the really bad way. You know what I mean? Like the bad way. And chasing that dragon, man. And then before long, I was just getting heroin, and I don't know. I just woke up one day after about 4 or 5 years, and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I crawled on the bathroom floor with a blanket and a DVD player and a portable TV, a little TV, and we had an extra bathroom. And my wife, God love her, man, she'd come in there every day and check on me, and all my friends would come over and be like, and my friends were the tough love kind. Let me catch you out of the house, Chris. I dare you. Let me catch you out of the house this weekend. I'm gonna break your fucking ribs. And I knew they meant it. So I stayed on that bathroom floor and I kicked that dope, man.
Good, man.
I'll never go back to it, man. And I tell you what, a lot of people, Scotty, they're not open about it. That's why when you were like, I lived it, I was like, oh, he must have had a family member. When you were like, nah, man, I was strung out. I was like, dude, me too. I didn't mean for it to be like a high five moment. You know what I mean?
Man, no, I'm glad that
there are so many people that aren't
it's
honest about their
understandable,
past
Chris.
mistakes.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I think
people,
there's a stigma around it, and people I don't think as much anymore, but people should talk about it and they should be open about it.
Yeah, I was about to say the same. People. Well, why do you talk about that? Well, it's something that happened to me. And
it's cathartic.
It's cathartic to get it out.
But I'll tell you what, I've been on some bad shit, and they do my bad shit. But and alcohol is bad, heroin. I'll tell you what, Scotty, you were on the one that causes absolute psychosis, man.
Oh yeah, I was in psychosis for years.
Yeah, you're on the one where you're awake for weeks at a time. Oh my god.
Yeah, mine was methamphetamine too, Chris.
That's crazy to me, dude. I never could understand it. But the worst thing that's gonna happen to me is I pass out and fall asleep, and I just wasted my high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys wake up in another town.
Yeah. I don't mind talking about it. What I don't do is I don't talk about, to my partner, I will talk about things, but in public or in like a forum like this, I don't talk about specific stories.
No, that's what they call that war stories. You shouldn't trade war stories on that kind of stuff because
it's really important. And because what happens is your mind starts romanticizing things.
Yeah, you start romanticizing it, and it becomes a fond memory. And even though I do have a few fond memories of that time, I've never been proud of myself for doing that stuff. I think it's hilarious that Enosh left. We were talking about luck dragons. He comes back. We're talking about
chasing the dragon.
Requiem for a Dream and chasing the dragon.
I think the pattern was Labyrinth is cool. Jennifer Connelly, she was in Requiem for a Dream. And we were all drug addicts.
And we were. And then I was like, dude, what made you think of that movie? That's your favorite Jennifer Connelly movie? There's no silver lining in that movie. That's dark.
But her
and he's like, well, because I lived it.
I
went, oh wow, I'm gonna get a bottle of water and we could talk about something different. But Scotty, that's so awesome. You're like, I don't know. That's just awesome, man. That guys like you and me can be 100% honest about that. I got other things I won't talk about. Enosh, I've sent you DMs about it. I got some things I won't talk to anybody about.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Scotty, thanks for sharing that, by the way, man.
Oh, of course. I appreciate you guys sharing as well.
And you, of course, too, Chris, but you're my brother, so we're good with that.
Mm-hmm. So we are at the 2-hour, 30-minute mark, and we got a very important discussion. I'm glad Scotty's here. I'm glad everybody's here who's here. Of course, when you get to that 2 hour, 30-minute mark, and you've talked about all these topics, and you got one big topic left, but you need to recover. You need to get right back in there and finish your show. Don't forget, Rockstar Recovery.
The sleep
right.
mutilator.
No carbonation. Great orange or lemonade flavor. Rockstar Recovery. The official drink of the last half of the Poindexter Lounge episode.
What is Andy Sonor doing?
Oh, you know what? I don't know.
What's Andy up to?
Jared's mother, here was a $2 super chat, says congrats on beating that, guys. So
thanks, Jared.
For sure. As far as what is Andy
Thanks,
doing?
Jared's mother.
Let's see. I know we haven't checked in with Andy in a while. Let's see if we can see exactly in a little thing that we like to call what is Andy Signor? What's Andy Signor doing right now?
I need to clip my toenails.
Lucky for you, I was born with 2 sets of toenail clippers.
What the fuck, yo?
No. Right now, if Sophie's watching, she knows why you just fucking ruined me.
Uh-oh. We got a little toe action going on here, Scotty?
I have a feet aversion.
Wait, you confirmed that you like toes?
I have the opposite of a foot fetish. The furthest opposite of a foot fetish you can possibly have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you hate that?
Ugh.
I'm not about feet either, man. I can't do feet, but no.
Hold on. This just in. Andy's got a partner. Andy's got a friend.
Hey everyone, it's time to make some pasta with my favorite meatball.
It's me, Meaty Joseph.
Meaty Joseph.
Why don't you drink that Rockstar and let's get in the next topic?
All right. Yeah, let's do that. All right.
What's Andy Signor doing? I saw it from across the room when I was getting some pineapple juice.
Drink that pineapple juice, man. Make
What's up,
everything
folks?
taste good. All right. Here we go. All right. So there's been a little bit of a topic in discussion for the last couple of weeks. We've covered it very much in detail and very thoroughly. I've done my research very, very heavily on this, and that is, of course, the topic of Ezra Miller. I don't know why. I mean, I do, but at the same time, I don't. Let me get this out of your face there, Scotty. Sorry about that. Covering you up there in the corner there. Listen, I get it. There are celebrities. There are some certain celebrities that rub people weird ways, and but I don't think it's cool what I've noticed this last couple of weeks, and that is, listen, you could think whatever you want to about Ezra Miller. You could think that they are strange or different or whatever. At the end of the day, Ezra Miller is still a human being, still should be given the same rights and the same benefit of the doubt that we have. There's been a lot of circumstantial stuff that has been brought up, but then I've seen things like, for example, when we've watched video of Ezra being assaulted, somehow I've seen people try to put that back off on Ezra. Like Ezra did something wrong. Like, what? Okay. Like if Ezra literally pushed that woman out into the street the same way she pushed him, they would have crucified him even more. But the fact that it happened to Ezra, it was Ezra must have done something wrong. Ezra must have said something to her that set her off, which is not cool either. We've watched, yes, I mean, just to get ahead of this, we have watched the thing from 2 years ago over and over again. It's not a choke slam, okay? I'm sorry, it's just not a choke slam. Watching a 2-second video does not give us any kind of actual information about what happened there, and nothing was ever said again. There was no police report. There was no. I saw something today that we're going to read in just maybe in just a few minutes that like somebody literally takes that. Everything is this game of telephone where it gets escalated, where it starts off as one thing that Ezra supposedly did, and then it just gets escalated to something else. Because I saw somebody like, oh yeah, Ezra choke slammed a girl and smashed her head into a wall. Like, and I'm just like, what? Where the heck is all this coming from? Like, why is everybody just going after Ezra? Like Ezra is just low hanging fruit that because he lives kind of a different lifestyle and does things a little differently. All of a sudden, people are just going off. And so obviously a couple weeks ago, he was arrested or Ezra was arrested for disorderly conduct. And that was in a karaoke bar. We've watched the video. I'm not going to pull up every little piece of everything that we've already shown. It's already there. We've already documented this well. Go back and watch our other episodes that are titled with Ezra in them. But we've watched video of Ezra being in the bar, watching people sing karaoke. Yes, filming them because he's an actor and that's what Ezra does. And yes, people are like, well, Ezra's had the police had 10 encounters with the police. Well, one of them was a couple of them were, a few of them were him and his group calling the police. And then also on top of that, some of them were Ezra was at the gas station and was filming someone and someone felt uncomfortable. So they just called the cops because someone was filming them. No assaults, no physicality, nothing like that. Just someone was filming me. Don't want to be filmed. So I'm just going to call the cops. So we left this at least I left this at, let's wait until Ezra has his day in court, right? To be able to see what the story was going to be. We had not heard Ezra's side of this. Ironically, today, Ezra had made it well known that Ezra was going to fight this in court, was going to show up to court, was going to do the thing. And when making that known, the people who filed the restraining order backed down. So there you go. It has been dismissed. They cannot do it again. They can't hit him with the same thing. But it's a weird thing, Scotty. Like, and I've got this whole thing of like all these like this Reddit thread that was started that apparently was one of the people that Ezra was staying with, and they've deleted it. Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, it's allegedly the person. But now it's been taken down. So we can look at that. But Scotty, give me your take on some of this, because you and I have had a couple of discussions about this, and I mean, you were here the night that we first started talking about it and showed the restraining order and everything, and like there were all these people going on and on about like what a big huge deal this was. He needed to be removed, he needed to be fired, all these things, and my gosh, I heard stuff for the next week. I can't believe that you guys said that it wasn't a big deal, Give me your take, man.
And first of all, sorry, I didn't realize that was you. But now I know.
So it's okay, Scotty. It's okay.
So there's actually something I want to start this off with that's just adjacent to this. And probably no one will watch this that has been a critic on this. But you, Enosh, have gotten a lot of criticism, basically stating that you were only supporting Ezra because you wanted an interview. Let me tell you something. I have a direct line to Enosh and his wife, and I knew about the Ezra interview weeks, if not months, before all y'all. And not at any one point did Enosh ever text me and say, wow, I really wanted that interview, but Ezra fucked up and now I'm not getting that interview. That not even anything close to that conversation whatsoever. So the concept, if you think and look, like, and I even mean to be crass here, but people are like, oh, well, Enosh is chasing more clout like Ray Fisher. Let me tell you something. If you take a look at Enosh's subs from when he had Ray Fisher and Ray Porter on, they really didn't go up that much. So whatever clout you think he got from that, apart from just being able to talk to those people, it didn't like directly result in Enosh's channel becoming more successful. And there would be no reason for Enosh to think that magically he would have Ezra on and his channel will be more successful just because of that. So if you're in this chat or if you're watching this later and that's your argument, I would just encourage you to actually look at the facts and the historical details of that before you make that accusation. Now, apart from that, the one thing that's really frustrating. Sorry, what's up, Thane?
Oh, no, I coughed. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. You know, so the one thing that's been really frustrating watching Twitter and things like this is like, and no offense, but like, there's this thing with like nerd culture. There's this such like disconnect from reality. And I think that people are too busy like watching entertainment and their whole concept of justice and their whole concept of like how this goes is based on how they've watched it in movies and TV series. But there's a reason why you're innocent until proven guilty. There's a reason why, you know, you can take a look at, you can be involved in a court situation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you did a bad thing. And this is just like an absolute example of that through and through. And I hope that the people who immediately went out to persecute Ezra on this, and look, Ezra probably needs some help still. Like, even though that, you know, from a legal perspective, he's good, he's in the clear on this, he needs some help still, and I hope he gets it. But at the same time, I'm not looking for the people who were critical about this and saying, oh, well, you know, like, yeah, he's done, you know, like he's out and like he's done this terrible thing. I don't want them to come back and say, oh, I was wrong and apologize. I don't want to hear that from them. I don't want to hear anything from them except for I want them in their private mind when they look at the mirror at night. I want them to say, hey, you know what? I got this one wrong. And the next time this happens, I'm going to do better. The next time this happens, I'm going to use this as a perspective builder. So the next time I see something like this, I will have a more informed opinion and position. That's what I hope happens from all this. And yeah, there's people are kind of mixing up exactly what happened here. What happened was not a legal charge yet. What happened was a restraining order was filed. When that happens, you get on the books and there's going to be a court case. So when he went into court today, regardless, by the way, of what the plaintiffs say, like even if they go in there and they say, hey, this wasn't an issue or we're not worried about this anymore, the DA can still pick it up and move forward with it. Yeah. Right. But the fact that this was done with prejudice, which I think, and that's another thing I'll talk about, that means that the specific incident that was outlined in the restraining order, which didn't include any assaults, it was basically this person they claimed that Ezra threatened them and then stole some of their belongings. Okay, that was what was in the restraining order. That was the only thing that was on the books. So those specific situations he cannot be charged with in a crime, right? So the DA is not pursuing it. When they say with prejudice, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing for Ezra. That means that with prejudice means they can't come back and bring this up again or make another restraining order or make another claim based on that specific incident. It would have to be something else that wasn't outlined in the restraining order. And, you know, with this specific restraining order, the thing that you will hear, and I had this pulled up so I could actually say the legal sort of you know, rhetoric here. It's that, you know, if it has been dismissed with prejudice, the issue is closed and the facts claimed cannot be used in the future. Right. So, yeah. And I really don't understand. It's like I don't know if people don't go out of their house or they've never had like a crazy friend they went out to a bar with. But I mean, what is like listed here is like so nothing. Right. I mean, I don't know. I've done worse than this in public.
Most people have.
And I would want anybody like I'm not condoning that behavior. I'm not condoning my behavior when I did stuff like that. But everybody, it's like, look, there's a line. And for me, the line is personal assault. If he had physically assaulted somebody, I would have a different opinion here. But we pulled this up. We looked at it. There's no physical assault that is claimed here. I don't understand looking at this, how anybody can say this is so outlandish and terrible. And it's gone. It's not even an issue anymore. I am curious to see what Warner Brothers does. I mean, certainly Warner Brothers could say, okay, well, it's not a legal issue anymore, but your behavior is problematic and that has to be addressed. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But look, This is somebody who goes out in public more than probably most celebrities do without any sort of protection or bodyguards. And he just kind of like does what, somebody with a lot of money would do in public at a bar.
Yeah.
That's my take.
There's that. And then here is
I can't hear you, William. You're on mute.
Well, me muted.
Shocking that this turns out this way. I mean, what a surprise. I know we said this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The $500 bill should have been the red light that this wasn't going anywhere. But my concern is that credible or allegedly credible media outlets took that restraining order and took it to their headlines. And that was my problem with it. The restraining order is such a one-sided document that it should have never led off. All these people with thumbnails saying this or that, this is a serious this. I mean, I'm like, it's a restraining order. And we don't seem to want to allow people to have their Fourth Amendment process go all the way through. And even like I said, what your favorite, but it's a show I watch on a daily basis. And I have a little bit of respect for it. I lost a little bit when it came to Campiak making these statements that were in this restraining order as headlines. People took them for news, and it wasn't news.
Well, he needed views. That's what he is.
But he's not the only one. He's just the obvious one. There's a lot of people. I can go through YouTube right now throughout this last 2 weeks and find a plethora of knuckleheads that use this as news and without the context of the fact that it's a restraining order.
I'm just shocked that adult humans in the country know so little about the legal system and how it works, and completely misinterpreted all the facts and the documents involved in the case. And what's fucking crazy is I was watching John Campia, and he's like, well, we don't have any official documentation on the incident. How long did it take me to find that document when we were on the chat? I don't know, like maybe 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm not John Campia. I have no sources. I have no money, on that level. I have no infrastructure to find that information. And it's like the fact that he doesn't know how to do a simple public record petition, it completely floors me. That's why. And it's like I'm really waiting for the day when people realize that scoopers are people who have a couple sources and then speak on that authority on every other topic as if that applies to everything they talk about. John Campia probably has a couple people that he has, so he will be right on some things, but he speculates on everything else, and that's every scooper that exists. That's why I have zero respect for them.
The discipline for any of these guys. Even if you know something and you have something, there has to be a discipline in how it is distributed in order to protect your own credibility. But once again, if you're one of these guys that is contributing to this, you're actually screwing with somebody's Fourth Amendment right to be able to due process.
Correct.
You're actually playing a part. It may be an insignificant part, but when collectively, when people use this as news and view this as news, you're really hurting that person's due process, and it's sad, but this is basic stuff. I mean, every time you watch a criminal show, you have the right to remain. So I mean, all these things, there's a reason why these guys have this. There's a reason why there is a Fourth Amendment. There's a reason why court documents like this, that this is not a judgment. There's a difference between a judgment and an order and things like that. And all these, A&E and all these things we watch on TV with these procedural dramas, that alone should get you to second base. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., by all rights, if he would have followed the path of a lot of people who had addiction, probably wouldn't even be on this planet. And thank goodness that he turned his path. And I'm always proud of that guy. Even if he makes a crappy movie every now and then, I remember him being in a jumpsuit and basically waiting for the headline that RDJ is dead. So the fact that he's here, pushing 60, making 20 million a film, shows you can turn things around. But
do you remember how he came back real quick? Do you remember the movie he came back with on that, which I thought was amazing?
Was it Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
A Scanner Darkly.
It was a Scanner Darkly, yeah, with Keanu.
Mm-hmm.
And that weird cartoon style.
Conversation earlier, I can really respect somebody who went through that situation, got out, and then portrayed that version of themselves on screen. That must have been a real feat from an artist's perspective. Sorry,
people, it was Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, and those are some of the people who are probably too young to understand what this guy, who literally lived the less than zero lifestyle. He wasn't just acting in the movie.
Well, William, if you remember, before Leo, the prodigy, and I don't mean that in a catty way, like Leo's not a prodigy. Leo's amazing, but before Leo, Robert Downey Jr. was considered the prodigy. He could act in any role. Like he was good in almost everything. And
That's
you look at the pickup artist. You look at what was the other one that he got really high praise for? Oh, Less Than Zero.
Less Than Zero is a classic, man.
You know what I mean? Like this guy was Leo before Leo was Leo, and then he got on that heroin, did that 8-year bit, came out, and now he's freaking Iron Man. He's an Avenger. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So yeah, I think
he actually did time. He was
yeah, he had. I don't
Well,
know.
and that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. Yeah, I mean, like, do you think that it's something as silly and as petty as just people just didn't like DC where it's been headed, and so it's like just one more thing to just kind of jump on? I mean, is it, you know what I mean? Like I get the I get the cultural thing, right? You know, that it's like you know, there's things about Ezra that people just don't like.
He's just a little bit bizarre, but I don't think
Yeah.
being bizarre or there's look.
It's just
when-
I would
when it
hope
first
I would
happened,
hope that I would
said
just
people
hope
shouldn't
that the
jump
DC
out.
thing wouldn't play like that.
Yeah, well,
I think
someone
it's just
probably
that
does. I mean,
TV show plays more than DC.
yeah, I just
get
know
the
that when it
story people.
happened, I remember saying, I hope that people don't blindly convict this guy, and I hope they don't blindly say, "Oh, there's no way he did that," and defend him. Let the truth come out, you know, because it's toxic both ways. Because on one end, if he really did do it and he's got problems, and you're enabling him. But on the other hand, you're condemning him and helping dogpile him just because you don't like the DC universe. Shut up.
But
It's
see,
so
that's
dumb.
what I'm talking about. Okay, so like with Aaron's comment here, you know what I didn't like? All these people screaming for Ezra Miller to be
Yeah,
replaced by
exactly.
Grant Gustin. That makes me sick.
No,
Me
he
too,
is-
because people
he
jumped on that.
is-
But then literally right here in real time again, Scotty, you even led with this, right? Like kind of talking about this, right? Nobody on this panel, nobody on this channel, nobody who has talked about this with me in the last 2.5 weeks or at all has ever defended his behavior or acted like bad behavior is okay.
I just said less than 10 minutes ago, Marvell from Beyond, that he still has issues he needs to deal with. I did not say that we were okay with his behavior. What I
Yeah,
said
we're just
was
saying you don't
he
ruin
did not
someone's
commit
life.
a crime, and the courts in Hawaii found that this claim was without merit.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand the legal system or why that exists, and you should go educate yourself.
And that's why he doesn't need to be replaced based on this kind of stuff.
Sure,
But
but
you
you know,
need to
W.
understand that there's a legal process in place that supersedes their opinion.
Literally, the Flash is in the can, guys. The Flash has been filmed. He plays,
It's
Ezra
done.
Miller plays like
It's
3
done.
roles in this movie. Okay. They're not going to reshoot it. They're not just going to replace the Flash and like go reshoot the movie or do any of those things. And nothing based upon what we've seen here of this at all says that he should be replaced. And like Scotty said, literally today, this whole idea of the restraining order and all this stuff was found to be without merit, and it's done. But you notice I don't see a lot of people jumping to do streams about this. I don't see people jumping to make sure to report this, to get this out here, because literally they've spent the last 2 weeks trying to crucify him in the public square, basically, and make it out like, because it was low-hanging fruit. Oh, I can do videos about this and show that he's weird and he's strange and people will agree with it, and I can latch on to that and make it worse. And like William says, it literally what it does is it threatens to damage his right to just even defend himself, because the public, like, all of a sudden is running with this nonsense, like adding to stuff that he's hit people and he's assaulted people and he's done all stuff, and that's not even been the complaints. That's all I've said from the beginning. That's all anybody on this channel has said from the beginning, is he's obviously going through things. There are absolutely things
Marvel, let me ask you something. What do you mean? You keep saying, Enosh, the point is what Ezra did wasn't okay. What did he do? What do you know we don't know? Because we don't even know what he did.
We don't know what he did, bro. Like,
It's one person's word against another person's word. It's hearsay. There's that video from a long time ago, but that's got nothing to do with this. This is something that it wasn't like Will Smith going up in front of 13 million people and slapping the shit out of somebody. So what do you mean? You've already got this guy convicted in your mind and you don't know what the hell he did.
And again, Merville.
I'm sorry, Nash, but so many people.
No. This is the conversation. Listen. I'm glad that somebody else. I'm glad that Scotty started off with the way that he started off, because I'm tired of having to defend myself against this nonsense. Merville, if you actually looked at what those calls were about, 10 police calls, were they all on him? No.
So someone's reading Twitter here and not fact checking for themselves, and that's okay. But if you have this strong of an opinion about it, then you should have an equal amount of energy put into discovering information that is factual. And on this point here, no one is saying Ezra's behavior is fine.
Yeah,
no one has said that this entire time.
We like the Snyder Cut, so we're cool with it. Shut up, man. Shut up.
So like let's break this down. You say, are we honestly going to be okay with Ezra's behavior? No one said we were okay with it. So that point is done. Then you said, this is shocking, man. I don't know what you're shocked about, because that's not what we did. So that part is done. He needs to be replaced. That is your opinion and not your call. So what exactly about your position here are you making?
I mean, we don't even need to speculate at this point. That's what we have. We literally have a legal system to end those speculations. Our guessing games and trying to piece things together, we literally have a process in place. And the best thing we could do is not interfere in that process. I mean, it's kind of just like poisoning the well, because eventually if somebody were to do something egregious, no matter who it is, and there's going to be a trial, and people, you're not having the discipline to not, put out things out of context, all those people that are watching could be drawn into a jury. Now that is affecting, once again, Fourth Amendment, that's affecting that person's right to a fair legal process, just because you want to make some news. The
next Flash, the Flash movie doesn't come out for almost a year and a half. Almost a year and a half. By your wisdom, he should, like, even before the movie comes out, he's already filmed the movie. Ezra has already filmed the entire movie. Ezra plays 3 roles in the film, if not more. Who knows, like, what the film is actually going to entail.
Well, here, and I'll give you a moment to answer this question, Marvel of Beyond, but are you a fan of, for instance, Anthony Mackie? I'm going to wait for you in chat here. Do you like Anthony Mackie? Do you think that he belongs in Captain America 4 and the Marvel Universe in general?
Well, that's a different situation.
It's not different. Just wait for him to answer here. Different. It's not different, and I'll explain why. Because if you want all your actors to be Puritans and never have a mistake, then we wouldn't have any actors. And like I said, there's a line, which is physical injury for me. And that didn't happen here. But why aren't you going after to cancel or say we need to replace Anthony Mackie? I mean, he was convicted of drunk driving, actually convicted of drunk driving. Had to pay fines.
Homelander bust a bottle upside some kid's head.
Dude. Okay, so it's like, it's just really selective that you're like, okay, well, this person is the person that needs to be replaced. But probably a lot of other actors that you respect or like, you just don't look into it. A lot of actors, when you have a lot of power and money and good times, you're gonna do dumb shit.
Russell Crowe broke a guy's jaw for nothing.
So in the scale of what is replaceable or not, I just want to understand what other actors you would like to replace based on their mistakes.
He said so. Everyone's lying, and that's what you're missing the point, Marvel. That's what we're saying. We don't know. We don't know
what he did in the bar. So what he was arrested for was lunging. Lunging is not even making contact with somebody.
That would have been assault 4.
Yep. So lunging is literally lunging, like making a motion towards somebody. That's what lunging is. And the only other thing that we were told was he took a microphone out of a girl's hand. So for lunging at somebody and taking a microphone out of a girl's hand, Ezra Miller should lose his job and not be the
everything
Flash
he's worked
anymore.
for, and have his entire legacy erased, and lose his entire way of life and all of it. He should just be erased from the books, like another Chris Benoit, right?
Well, let's be clear. The reason why people think these things is because you're not seeing them as a person. You're seeing them as an action figure in a movie you like, or maybe not like, but you're not seeing this person, as a human being. And that's what's missing in the whole rhetoric around Ezra here for me.
Exactly.
And again, if he had hurt someone physically, this would be a different conversation.
Absolutely.
But then that would
100%.
be listed here in the court documents. But that's not. It never was.
Yeah. It's just a matter of even with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers was probably waiting for this situation to bear it out. Because to be honest with you, you could, as a company, if you press too hard on this for this reason, his agents, his people can turn around and sue them. So they're going to keep themselves out of the situation and just let the process go through. The easiest thing to do is just literally let the legal process roll out. I mean, and whatever happens. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. This was an easy call 2 weeks ago. I mean, people were trying to, like I said, trying to propel it into, and yeah, there may be some issues that he has to deal with and that he has to work with Warner Brothers to deal with. But as far as the legal ramifications of it goes and how it should apply to his career, that's not up to us. That's up to Warner Brothers, and that's up to the court system.
Anyway, Enosh, I'm going to get out of here. That's my take on it. I just want to let you guys know that I'm riding the fence on this one. I'm not for or against. I think when the truth comes out, that's what it should be. All this other stuff to me is just dogpiling on the playground. Makes me sick. I'm going to go finish watching the rest of Stranger Things. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Be good.
Night, brother. You be safe, okay?
We'll see you, man.
Night.
We'll see you. Here's the thing though, lunging is not necessarily harassment. It's literally like, what is the context? Here's the problem.
Yeah, what is
so many people making statements, nobody actually dealing with context, right? I would just say, like, that's so much of the frustration about this for me is people going on. I'm glad, Hammy, that your dad's a cop. That's great. What is the context? Because
okay. Hammy is correct that lunging can be harassment.
It can be.
It is not assault. There is a difference.
Yeah, I mean, nobody is saying that it's not harassment. It can be harassment, but what is the context? You don't know the context in which it happened there that night. Were you there with him? What? This is Mervell. That's the whole point of speculation, right? Why did the bar kick him out then?
We saw a video. The lady pushed him.
Thrown out of bars all the time.
Again, we never said that his behavior was quote unquote okay. What we said is that based on the court documentation, he did not break any laws, and the complaint was without merit.
But that complaint sat out there for 2 weeks and did its own damage, which I have a problem with.
So the whole point is that this was thrown out. This is no longer a thing. So
Miller's free. He's free. He could do whatever he wants.
No, he still needs to
Well,
proceed
he
with
needs some help.
discretion.
He needs some
Because
help.
there's
He
always
needs
a
some
next event, and like I said, I just hope he surrounds himself with people that create a buffer between him and some of this nonsense.
He
that's
does
my
need
wish.
some help. 100%. He needs some help. So.
Yeah. So the other thing that was interesting about this was this idea of the Reddit thread, So this is long, and I'll be honest with you, I don't have the desire to necessarily read this whole thing.
Yeah, we do.
I will tell you this. I will take this right here, and I would tell you to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and post that link there. Go read it. Go read it. It's interesting. Supposedly it is one of the people that Ezra was staying with. It gets into a lot of the things that happened, that supposedly they paid his bail because he doesn't carry cash. It starts off with one kind of it's all over the place, really. It starts off with one theme, like that they're mad at Ezra, and then by the end it's like, well, we don't really want Ezra to lose his job, we don't want this and that to happen, but there's just a lot of stuff, just a lot of talking, and there is one weird thing where they talked about how they were thinking about selling pictures and information.
Bro, we're not defending Ezra Miller for a load of God.
No one's
whatever.
defending him. Maybe English is not your first language, Marvella Beyond, and that's fine. No one is defending him. What we're saying is that the complaint is not of legal merit. He committed no crimes that a court could take an issue with and charge him with. That is the point. We are not saying that it's just fine that he goes into bars, does these kinds of things, acts a fool, threatens people, allegedly takes their wallet. No one's saying that's okay. I'm saying right now it's not okay. Enosh has said it's not okay. That doesn't mean that he is guilty of a crime, and the weight of which should weigh respectively to his career.
WB is not going to replace him, and they have evidence, but they don't have that much thing to do, so you can't do no. Like, Jesus Christ, is not defending.
If someone snatches something from my hands, I'm filing charges.
You're a fucked up person. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
I hope somebody never be with you.
So Hammy, let me tell you something about that, right? If you snatch something from someone, you would not necessarily go to jail. You are correct that they could file a charge against you. They can make a complaint against you, which in the case that you're proposing right there would be a misdemeanor assault for a charge. Probably you'd get in a harassment charge. And for anybody who finds themselves in that position, don't touch their phone, because they'll also charge you with interfering with a 911 report. But what would happen is that you would go into court. They would have to establish intent, and you would have to prove that you were damaged.
I'm like, yo, Beyond, I don't think you understand, bro. At this point, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. You don't understand. Just stop. You too, Henry. Just stop with this bullshit nonsense.
Okay, Beyond, we not only did we show the receipts, we showed the restraining order and read through the entire thing minutes after discussing this the first time. And what other time are you talking about where we show less or more energy or the same? Like, what other situation are you referring to?
I think he's trolling. He's trolling. Bro. Nobody cares if your dad is a cop, Henry. I don't care if your dad's a cop. Jesus. My gosh. My uncle's an FBI agent. I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Did Hammy, did you go to police academy with your dad?
No.
Were you there? I mean, because so yeah, I don't understand this whole same energy thing. Like, all right.
Yeah, keep the same energy. Like, okay, whatever, bro.
Point being is that in this Reddit thread, at one point they talk about how they've thought about selling pictures and information to various news sources and paparazzi.
Okay, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's you looking for money?
Yeah, it's they say that they want to do it to recoup damages, supposedly. I mean, they got their stuff back, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what
are the damages?
ongoing damages there are. I mean, like if he stole their passport and their wallet and things like that, obviously, you'd want to get those things back, and you would, push. I mean, I don't know what selling information or pictures or whatever to paparazzi is going to do
you're gonna get money, you get $1,000, and that's it. Like,
to get that back. I don't know. I mean, I would think that you'd want to go through the proper channels through the police department and get your stuff back. Your property.
Did they post this under the Hawaiian writer thing?
Under the what?
The Hawaii. I can't even say it. Never mind.
Like I said, there's just like literally like a ton here. There's some derogatory like remarks and things, and it kind of talks a little bit about how they met at the farmers market, blah blah blah.
Wait, so they're answering people questions?
Okay, Pickle. So I like the Snyder Cut, so I can't be objective about anybody. You know what, Pickle? I've been super nice to you, bro, but F you for that. F you for that. That's like saying an actor you don't like, you can't be subject. Get it, dude. No, Pickle. Man, I've always treated you with respect and stuff, but that is absolutely that is so like that's disrespectful to me as a person. And I mean, if you really think that about me, then why are you here? Like, if you think that I'm such a petty person that I'm just like, ooh, Ezra Miller, hey, I'm a monkey, please, I'm defending what he's doing. Literally nobody's defending what he's doing. Literally nobody. All the whole point of this is. All the whole point. And Marvell, you're literally going down stupid points now.
I can do one better
Jesse
on the Pickle.
Smollett, about the Jesse Smollett. Literally, you're not answering questions. You're deflecting left and right. You don't have a point. The point here is this, and has been since the very beginning. Can you admit that people have literally gone out of their way to try to demonize Ezra Miller without having all of the information, the context, and that they've added on daily? I have watched people in chats and on Twitter and other places add on to what he supposedly did, to the point where people believe all the chatter and the nonsense instead of what we actually showed. We've actually showed the police report. We've actually showed the complaint. We've actually showed the denial of the complaint. All those things, to the point where you just don't care anymore what the truth is. You just want to see the man taken down. So again, Scotty's told you, I've told you, everyone on this panel has told you already. You want to be thick-headed, be thick-headed. But everybody's already told you. Nobody is defending him. Same, Pickle, same thing to you, man. I don't know how long you've been here, but literally we've already gone over this left and right. Nobody is defending actions. If he did something, he should pay the cost for whatever it is that he did. Again, it needs to be for whatever he actually did. Not a bunch of nonsense that's made up that has spiraled up because everybody's got a take on it. And that's the problem, is everybody has jumped to somehow having a take on this thing instead of reporting what actually has been, what has actually happened. It's now at the point where if you actually just report what's happened, now we get this nonsense. I get this nonsense from people that I'm defending him. If I only report what's happened or what's actually gone down, then I'm somehow defending him. But you don't go after anybody who's literally made up things. I was literally on a stream. Justin was in here earlier. I was on Justin's stream, and in that stream, it was everything from Ezra supposedly punched 3 people, which didn't happen, to dealing with another friend who tried to tell me that the AP had released video from the bar, from the security cameras, which never happened, that showed him assaulting people, which wasn't even in the police report. Do you understand why we're doing this? Why we're talking about this? Why Scotty's talking about this? Why I'm talking about this? It is not to defend wrong actions. It's literally to say, hey, curb yourself when just going after somebody. I don't care if they're celebrity, blah, blah, blah. Literally calling for somebody to be kicked out of a movie or a film or whatever. Because of what? No, it's unreconcilable. Like, look what he's done. Literally, we talked about earlier the stuff that Robert Downey Jr. has done. Robert Downey Jr. was waking up in strangers' houses. Can you imagine going downstairs and finding a coked out Robert Downey Jr. had broken into your house and was sleeping on your couch?
Oh, I'll be scared. I'll be terrified.
That'd be a day.
Right?
Hey, I can do one better on this.
Okay.
Maybe people don't know this about me. I'm not a DC fan. So if you're talking like, my comments tonight, what I'm talking about, I'm not a DC fan. I found Enosh through Star Wars stuff. I care about Star Wars stuff. So I don't really have any dog in the fight on this, apart from there's a reason why we have legal process, and there's a reason why someone should be tried in the courts and not in public opinion.
I also have another
Ezra's action a single time. Again, you're not listening. What we're saying is he did not commit a crime, and the courts found that to be true. That he did not commit a crime.
But Merville says there, Scotty, that when it comes to Snyder actors, us guys have favorites.
I don't have any favorites. I don't even care about the Snyder cut. That's where I'm coming from.
I want to point at something too. He also said about if it was a Marvel actor, you wouldn't say the same. Actually, I am more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan, and I'm sorry if a Marvel actor is getting in trouble, as RDJ did, then he faced his consequences and dealt with it. And I can say the same here.
And that's why I brought up Anthony Mackie. You said I didn't address this earlier. I did. I addressed it immediately. You just weren't listening. So here's two things on that. I don't even like Anthony Mackie, and I'm not a Marvel fan. And I still don't believe that he should lose his job or lose his life because he got convicted of a DUI. So this is all about the difference between public opinion and legal issues, crimes committed.
Why is it so hard for you, Pickle, to understand that I defend Ray Fisher because I believe Ray Fisher? Has nothing to do with who Ray Fisher is. I didn't know who Ray Fisher was at all. I had no concept of who Ray Fisher even was before the Justice League movie. I have nothing in that. Yes, I've talked to him. Yes, he's been on the channel. Do you understand? Like, people are not. There are people like me who live outside of your little internet. Like, this is what people think. This is how people live. That's not me. I literally live in a world where I judge things the way that I see them. It may not be your opinion, but it doesn't mean I'm biased any more than it means you're biased against the man. I believe Ray Fisher because I've seen the same things that you've apparently seen, and you come to a different conclusion than me. It does not mean that I'm biased or that I'm not objective. It's not factual. It's not factual just because you say it. Like, what the hell, man? Like, literally, what the hell? So if it's just not what I say, it's factual because you think it, so it's factual now. So if anybody says anything outside of what you think, they're not being factual. They're not objective about it. Only you are objective, right? I get that might be what's going through your head, but that's not facts. Literally not what factual is.
But you actually believe Ray Fisher without receipt? Oh my God.
I'm just saying, look, I love people. I'll go the extra mile for people to try to get along with people because I'm not here to try to get into to fights with people. But honestly, this Ezra Miller thing has gotten out of control. No, Pickle. Here's the thing. Here's where I can be objective. I believed him without receipts. No, I believed him by seeing what I saw, understanding where he was coming from, what he was doing, and then I talked to him. And not everything has been made public. Sometimes you don't have all the information that still doesn't change facts. That doesn't change truth. Truth doesn't change just because you don't have all the information. So again, and then you're saying now you're saying we need the receipts before we can judge Ezra Miller. No, I'm not saying that we need to know everything about the situation. I'm saying just because somebody made an allegation against Ezra doesn't mean that was true. And it turned out it wasn't, because it literally got knocked down today. So there you go. I know, Scotty. It cracks me up because these people think that they're clever. Like,
I've addressed it as much as I'm going to address it.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm done with it too. I'm done with it too. It's like,
I think this shot, bro.
I mean, look, like if y'all want to hate watch me, or like you guys watch me because like I don't know. I mean, like hopefully you like the rest of my content. That's great. I hope that you like the
they don't.
You know, I mean, because if this is just what you watch for, I guess, you know, there you go.
Everybody needs their dopamine hit, man. So
I
Marvel
guess so.
Beyond, put out your fucking arm, man. I'll strap you up.
There you go. But yeah, so that's the news of the day. It came out. It's that part of, at least of it's done. So again, what we said, wait for it, see what happens. There it is. It's done. So and we move on.
Bro, it's like you talk about Ezra, it's like fucking politics, man. Like shit, bro. Like fuck, man. Like, my God.
People are so opinionated when it comes to this cape crap, man. I tell you what, man. It's like seriously, they act like their opinions are the only ones that matter in the bigger scheme of things, and they're just not. Somebody literally told, I like the fact that you put it another way. I think it's probably, I think I know why. Yeah. Somebody told H Barts this week that he was my B word.
Oh, his little.
Yeah, no, you know, it's all right. No, it's all. Hey, Pickle, look, I could take people pushing back. My thing is like this was a legitimate conversation that we're having, because this is spilling over now into people literally just making stuff up. Okay, like I said, I had a friend. I literally had a friend of mine over Saturday night. Doesn't care about none of this stuff. Isn't involved in any of this stuff. Literally going on saying that they thought from memory. And Cylon, that's the weird part about this, right? Because when this starts to affect, like, it's almost like a freaking Mandela effect, right? It's like a weird thing. Like this guy, Scotty, was literally telling me about how he had saw video. He had watched video that was released by the AP that showed Ezra Miller assaulting people in the bar. Stuff that something that just doesn't exist. You know, or at least, doesn't exist on the level that like it's been released. You know what I mean? Like if it's out there, we just haven't seen it.
Beyond, just stop, bro. Just stop. At this point, just stop.
Yeah, I'm not even going to address it anymore.
No, and I mean,
time him out.
And as far as choking that girl, like again, I've watched that video so many times here, in slow motion. If you think that that's what happened, I guess more power to you. You know, I mean, if that's really, you know, what you think.
I mean, you know what? I encourage you, Beyond, if that's what you think, then go get the receipts that you're fond of, the ones that we provided here and before. And I would just love to see the police report, a court document, a statement of an out of court settlement, anything at all.
Yeah.
And enjoy your 300 seconds.
Because I've looked, by the way, and I am 1,000 times better at it, Beyond, than you will ever fucking be at it. And Halogen, that's not what we did. Okay, we've given Beyond like multiple chances here, so we're done addressing it. Yeah. We've asked him before, and he didn't. So he's just going to hang out for 300 seconds, and then he is free to comment again.
Yeah. No. If there's one thing that this channel is absolutely not, it's an echo chamber. I literally have people on all the time who disagree with me. So that's, you know what, dude, that popping in for a second and seeing like part of a conversation and then making a comment like that.
Yeah, dude, come on, Halogen, you're better than that. Dude, I like you, Halogen. But
yeah, dude,
that's
you're
just
better than
happened.
that.
You came in at the end of like a 15-minute long thing.
And it's been more than that, man. It's been more than that. Like literally, we've been here for like a half an hour.
But like I said, like Halogen, I watch your content. I like you, dude. Right? But that's not what happened. Okay.
Yep. So, you know,
what's up, Caleb?
We know who we are. We know what we do. We literally have these conversations and have people on from all different points of view and allow people to do that. But you know what? It's not a right. And you start to abuse that and you start acting like an idiot in the chat, you're going to get timed out. I don't care who you are. That doesn't make it an echo chamber. It just means that we just don't put up with nonsense after a while. You know, we give you the opportunity, and if you abuse that opportunity, then you're going to use it, you know? So it is what it is. You know, just going on about nonsense is not not going to change that. So anyways, point being is it's done. It's done. That part of it. So again, it's up to you.
Well, Halogen, if you've been watching for a while, then you understand that we have allowed him to make those points multiple times without any timeouts. But then he repeated something that we already addressed. And if you look at the chat, he repeated it exactly 4 times. So at this point, he gets timeout. It's not a ban. It's not anything else. So if you've been watching for a while, then you should have that context. It's not like he made a bad opinion and we timed him out. He made an opinion. We addressed it. He made another opinion. We addressed it. He made the same opinion again. We addressed it. He made the opinion again. We addressed it. He made a couple other different ones and then we addressed it. And then he brought up the same thing. He brought up the second time, literally. So we timed him out. So if you've been watching for a while, then you should have seen that.
No. I mean, it is what it is.
How are you gonna watch a warrior and not have commented one thing? What? Like,
oh
on,
man!
like,
you know what? Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. It's a hot button issue that it's like when people have already formed their opinion, even addressed with facts, they're just not going to change their opinion. And so then all of a sudden everything's back on you. Everything's back on me. I didn't even time him out, so apparently it's on me. I didn't have anything to do with it.
I timed him out.
And that's fine. That
has nothing to do if you think that this is an echo chamber. That has nothing to do with Enosh. I timed him out because I was tired of reading his constant.
Well, because you were the one dealing with his comment over and over again.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But that's the thing is at some point, you know, and what I've realized about this whole thing is look, there's just people who.
We didn't time out Pickle.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about there, Halogen. We didn't time out Pickle. And if I did, it was a mistake. But I don't see that I did, and I don't remember doing it.
No, you did not time him out. He's not time out, so I don't know. He could type in, he's not time out.
I addressed Pickle's comment because I didn't think that Pickle's comment was fair to me, but that's just having a discussion. So it doesn't mean that I have to agree with Pickle's comment. I like Pickle. I like you. So I don't know what the Pickle's still here. As far as I can see, Pickle was never timed out. So again, because we don't make a a habit of just timing people out just for the heck of it. Literally, if you just keep going on with a bunch of nonsense, and it is nonsense, Jess, it is nonsense after a while, then yeah, you know, because then you're just taken away from other people's ability to just be in the chat.
Commented. He was never time out. We never time out. We only time out.
But like I said,
just time
look,
out.
like I said at the end of the day, this is a topic that I get it, man. There's just people who they just act, they want to put it back on everybody else that if you don't agree, then somehow you're biased. If I have a different point of view, it must be and Cylon, look, if you've been around since for any amount of time, when Scotty first started the discussion, he talked about this nonsense of, well, Enosh is just saying what he's saying because he likes the Snyder cut, or Enosh is just saying what he's saying because he likes he wants to have Ezra Miller on the show, or any of that nonsense. You're literally coming at this from like a weird internet point of view, instead of looking at me as a human being who actually has a set of morals and a set of values. And that's what I was telling Pickle, was that is offensive. That is offensive. Do not try to bring me down to some weird level like that. Like I would ever defend any kind of improper action because I like a freaking movie that the Flash is in. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's really dumb. That's like so dumb that I can't believe it's even uttered. And if you think that little of me, then why even lurk and watch me? If you really think that little of me, and I'm not saying that Pickle does, I'm just saying, like, that's what it comes down to, right? I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's what it makes me feel like, is that, like, when you just make a comment like that you may just think it's like an off comment, like, well, I'm just saying, well, because I think that Enosh is just biased. But no, I take that very personally. And the fact that I take it personally should show you something, that I take that seriously. Because that's the exact opposite of the type of person that I am and who I am. And I would absolutely never defend improper action based on a freaking comic book movie. That's so there you go. Pickle was having a discussion and said that I had a bias because because he had been in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that's just not true. And that's why I expressed what I expressed to Pickle. So there you go. And I mean well.
And on that note, look, Pickle just said that he didn't think he did, so that wasn't his intention. Enosh responded to what he interpreted your intention as.
Yep.
And you're saying that wasn't your intention, and I believe you, and Enosh believes you, and that's fine, and you're fine.
Yeah. I mean,
no one's demonizing you for that.
No, it's us having a conversation literally with people in a written chat.
Enosh translated that. That's it.
Yeah.
And
if that wasn't your intention, then I apologize. But of course, again, I didn't time you out either.
I didn't time you out. If I timed you out, I didn't mean to, and I wasn't trying to.
I went back through and I didn't see Pickle got timed out at all. So
yeah, he didn't.
Again, it's trying to have a conversation with somebody in a written chat instead of in real life, right? Which is not how these conversations usually go. When you're actually working with people in real life and talking to people one-to-one. We all have our different experiences. We all have our different points of view, and we all arrive at those in different ways. It doesn't and I think the point is probably not to try to cheapen anybody's point of view just because it's different than ours. I know my thoughts on people like Ray Fisher and not really even Ezra Miller, because the Ezra Miller thing is a completely different thing for me, because with Ray Fisher, I have talked to Ray Fisher and I believe Ray Fisher when it comes to certain things. Ezra Miller, I haven't talked to Ezra about any of this stuff. I've talked to Ezra, but I've not talked to Ezra Miller about any of this stuff. Excuse me. So I don't have like an opinion about whether or not Ezra did certain things or acted in a certain way. The whole point of our coverage about the Ezra Miller thing over the past couple of weeks has just simply been, just like tonight with the fact that this restraining order got, put down. Let the guy have his day, right? And just don't make stuff up. That's been all of the reporting, Scotty, for the last 2 weeks. It's pretty much
like I said, I don't care about the Snyder cut at all. I support your guys' fandom, but I don't care about DC in general at all. So the whole context here, and I know Halogen, Jess, if you were here when you saw this, is that when this first broke, I provided the restraining order 5 minutes into the conversation.
Yep.
And we looked at the restraining order and we said, this doesn't look like what people are saying it is. That's it. And now today, after what came out, that has been justified. We're not justifying his behavior at any point. I am disavowing his behavior. I do not think that anyone should be acting like that, and I believe he needs help and it needs to be addressed.
Yep.
What my point is that he didn't commit a crime. That's the difference.
Yeah. Yep, and that at the end of the day is that. I don't think there's anything more to go into, but I would tell you, I'll post it again. But it's an interesting read, for sure. But here is the Reddit discussion regarding supposedly the people who bailed him out, and whatnot. So I would say go take a look at that and see what you think about that. Whether or not I believe Ray is it's regardless of your opinion of what concrete evidence is.
Yeah,
you don't know what I've seen. You don't know what conversations I've had. So,
well, regardless of that, I don't have a dog in the fight with Ray. I mean, in general, again, I'm not a DC fan. I don't really care. But the thing is like, so that there's a different direction that belief is coming from. Ray made a claim on someone else, and this isn't Ezra making a claim on someone else and we're just believing it. That's not what occurred. That would be the parallel situation I think you're referring to, Halogen. What happened?
Yeah, okay, that's what he's saying.
Other people claim something on Ezra, and at that moment we had the restraining order to take a look at what they were exactly claiming, and it wasn't what was being reported generally. And so we looked at those receipts. We didn't need to believe anybody. We didn't need to believe Ezra, and we didn't need to believe the petitioners. We read the restraining order in their own words and saw what they were claiming. That's all. So there wasn't any room to have to make a faith leap to believe anyone on any side.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Well, hey, thanks for being here, everybody. We appreciate it. Hope you had fun. Lots of yes, H Barts, we'll get you that pizza. We'll get you the pizza. So I'm gonna get some sleep because I got a big day tomorrow, Scotty. I got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow.
I do too. I actually got a bunch of code to write in the next 3 hours.
I got stuff going on in my life. But it's good. It's good. Hey, I appreciate everyone who watches. For whatever reason. I did not catch David. No, I did not catch any of the live stream with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I did see though that there was some discussion about
Snyder,
James Wan, Zack Snyder, and
what's our honor?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Jason Momoa was another.
Yes.
Also, Elon Musk is going to be either they're going to look at some of the stuff because he had a relationship with her for a brief period during this whole situation.
Really?
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, they're going to be discussing things with him supposedly. So
there you go. So, all right, folks. Well, hey, thanks for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. I always love the discussion. We just we don't always have to agree on everything, but you know what? That's okay. Because here in the Poindexter Lounge, we say, you know what? Don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. Don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter or their opinions don't matter. But seek to have good conversations, and that's what we do here in the lounge. So I want to thank everybody who's on the panel tonight. Thank you, Scotty, for popping in, man, and adding mucho to the conversation. Thanks to Anthony for being here, Thade, all of you guys, and everyone who was in here earlier. Thanks to everybody who's in the chat and everybody who who contributed in whatever way that you did, whether it be in the conversation or just keeping the conversation going along, or super chats, whatever. We do appreciate each and every one of you. All right. Hey, love you guys. Appreciate you being here. And you know what? As long as you treat everybody with respect, there'll always be a place in the Poindexter Lounge.
Caden, you're so late.
For all of you. Caden showed up. Oh, whatever, Caden. All right, man. All right, guys. Hey, Anthony Grigsby. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you in there.
Hey, Anthony. How you
And
doing, bro?
I see many of you guys in there, including Elsa. Elsa, we love you. I'm gonna have to get an updated picture of your work so yes, I'm gonna go get some sleep because I got a big day tomorrow. So we appreciate you all. Love you all. Have a wonderful evening. Treat everybody with respect, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.